Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx games. Today, very excited to be able to present Teotihuacan, designed by Daniele Tassini and published by NSKN Games. Also, the copy that we have tonight was generously donated by NSKN Games as a review copy, as well as sponsoring this playthrough to be able to present this to y'all. So thank you to them for that. So welcome everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. I'm your host, Edward Euler, and joined by some really good friends of mine.
Dustin.
I'm Jay.
Megan.
And Adrian.
All right, and before we get started, a big thank you to our 724 patrons. Without them, this ain't happening. So thank you. Also, a special shout out to one of our patrons in particular, Ariel A. Really appreciate the support. Thanks again. One more thing before we get started. Just because today is 9/11, anniversary of, well, we all know what went down. I don't want to get real political about anything. I just want to say, with as divided as the country has been, hopefully everybody can remember the way the country united around that, and hopefully we can get back to that. So, good. Hopefully that bodes well for the future. All right. That said, tonight it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. I think y'all are as well, and I think y'all at home are also pretty excited about this. So, Teotihuacan is the spiritual successor to Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar, and the designer also designed Tzolk'in. So if you're familiar with that game, it's going to feel somewhat familiar, but it's completely its own animal. So keep that in mind. That said, we're going to go ahead and take down the cameras and take down the chat during the teach, so you guys can focus on that. But before we get started, actually, we just got some good news. So awesome. Check this out here. A big cheers to Vincent and Eric. Awesome. Well, so the 200 or 726 patrons that we have. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. That said, y'all ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So, in Teotihuacan, players play as scions of powerful noble families trying to achieve everlasting glory while planning the construction of Teotihuacan. Players are going to try and earn victory points in many different ways. They're going to seek the favor of the gods, be the greatest architect of the pyramid, and have the most prestigious plots along the Avenue of the Dead. May the gods help you win. So what you guys are looking at here is obviously the main board in Teotihuacan here. We have the victory point track around the outside. Then we have the 8 action boards, which are, think of them as a giant rondelle going around there. Also, I do want to point out that those are printed on the board. Every one of the action boards actually is variable, so that the game can be changed throughout, okay? 4 of the boards with main action spaces also have worship spaces. So we have the main action space here and then worship spaces here. Then there are other action spaces and players' workers that are going to range from value of 1 to 5. The workers are represented by dice, going to range from 1 to 5. Also, I should point out, this is a production copy of the game, but unfortunately the factory forgot to send us the dice. So they're just dice, but there are replacements, so keep that in mind, all right? So in the center here, we have the actual pyramid and the pyramid tiles, which are also here on the action space. Then we have the decoration spaces, which are out here along the outside. Think of them as steps up the pyramid. Then we also have the pyramid building track there. We have the 3 temple tracks, blue, red, and green temples, which again, if you're familiar with Tzolk'in, that will seem very familiar to you. We also have the Avenue of the Dead here. Then we have the Eclipse bonus options, which are right here, as well as the 4th additional worker that players may be able to claim throughout the game. Then we have the round and eclipse track, which we have the eclipse marker here, and we have the round or white calendar disc here and the track right there. Then also we have resources. So we have cocoa, which 1 value and 5 value, which is kind of the currency of the game. And then we have 3 different building resources here. We have wood, stone, and gold. Then for a player tableau, we have the player color tiles, as you can see here, so Adrian playing blue, as well as the turn order tile. We randomly selected that before the beginning of the game, before we got, and obviously the first player marker is a proper heavy cardboard challenge coin. Then we have our 3 starting workers, which are all going to be value 1. Those are going to be placed in various places around the outside of the board. Then there are the starting tiles. Again, if you're familiar with Tzolk'in, these are going to be familiar. You're going to get 4 of these at the beginning of the game, choose 2 of them, and that will be your asymmetric starting resources as well as position within the game. Make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. The game takes place over 3 eclipses or scoring phases, which happens when the white disc meets up with the black disc. This happens 3 times, with the black disc moving down 1 space after each eclipse phase. This means that there will be a total of some number of less than 33 rounds. I'll explain more on that in a little bit, with the goal being to score the most victory points. The game can also end when the pyramid is completed, but that may not happen, okay? On each turn, a player has his choice of 2 options. First off, take a normal turn, which obviously I'll explain what that is. The second option is to essentially skip their turn and unlock all of their workers for free in any of the locked spaces. More on that in a bit. After performing the chosen action, the next player in clockwise order will take their turn. After the player with the last player token, which in our case is going to be Megan, every time she takes her turn afterwards, we're going to advance that white disc 1 step up towards the black eclipse disc, which may trigger an eclipse. So if it were to advance onto where the black eclipse disc is, we're going to rinse and repeat until 3 eclipses have happened and then go into final scoring. Cool? So let's start off with what a normal turn consists of. On a normal turn, the player must move one of their unlocked workers 1 to 3 action spaces, their choice, clockwise. On the space the worker stops, you have 3 options. The first one is collect cocoa, the second one is worship, and the third one is perform the main action. Okay? So we'll talk about collecting cocoa first. Again, cocoa is going to allow you to take resources or allow you to take actions and is essentially the currency in the game. Okay? To collect cocoa, first thing first is you can move your worker 1 to 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3 for instance, but if you chose to go here. First, that can be taken on any of the 8 action spaces around the board. Before placing the worker that just moved onto the space, count the number of different color workers that are there, not in any worship space. So there are 3 here. Gain 1 cocoa for each color plus 1. So if yellow were to come here, there's 3. That would be a total of 4 cocoa. That's their turn. Easy enough? Okay. Okay? Now, if, for example, there were this, and yellow were to then move in here, even though it's their own color, it is a different color. So in this case, when they move in, that would be a total of 5 cocoa versus 4. Clear? Good? Yes. Whereas that yellow does not count when it's in the locked worship space. Okay? Cool.
So it's just different colors?
There you go. It does, if there were 3 black, a red, and a blue, it still would be a total of 4. Okay. Correct. All right. So any questions on collecting cocoa?
Nope.
All right. The next is the worship space. This is only available on the following action boards, the ones with the lock or the key symbol. So you'll notice there is a lock symbol here. So those are the forest, the stone quarry, and the gold deposits, or the resource spaces. So 1, 2, and 3 here, the lock spaces there. In addition, the palace, which is action board number 1, there are 3 lock spaces there. And then also the decoration space here, which is board number 7. You're going to choose one of the spaces to lock, which obviously is only available on the palace. Otherwise, there's only one space. So if it's empty, you're free to go ahead and go there. If it's occupied by your own worker, so if yellow would like to go there, I'm sorry, so sorry, it is your own color. You cannot take that action in that space. Okay? However, if it is locked with another player's color, it will cost 1 cocoa to bump them out. Their worker then would come out to the end. You've just unlocked them for free for the other player. Okay? That costs 1 cocoa to the supply. Following so far? Mm-hmm. All right. Your worker's now on the lock space, and now you're going to choose one of the 2 available actions. Either a temple advancement. On this one, for instance, you can advance up 1 space on any of the temples, okay? Whereas you'll notice the blue temple, the green temple, and the red temple, respectively. And or claim the discovery tile that is here on that. Or if you wish to pay 1 cocoa, you can do both, okay? On the palace tile you notice over there, you're going to do the exact same, except you're going to choose one of the 3 royal tiles to perform the action there, and you must perform the action. Then you may pay 1 cocoa to claim the discovery tile that is there as well. Okay, so very similar, except you have an option of 3, and instead of it being a temple, it would be a separate action on what it is that you're going to be doing. Make sense? All right. Then, if the discovery tile was claimed, we would then refill the discovery tile from the supply here, and that's the end of the player's turn. Also, I want to note that you can unlock all of your workers. So if, for instance, yellow has a bunch of their workers, or all of their workers, or maybe just 2 of their workers, they can, at any point on their turn, they can pay 3 cocoa to then unlock all of their workers and then take their action, which meaning they could then move their worker around the board. Or if you choose not to spend the cocoa, which you can do in lieu of taking a turn, I told you on your turn you can do one of 2 things. Take a normal action, or essentially skip your turn and unlock all your workers for free. Cool? All right. So we talked about temple advancements. Let's go ahead and talk about the temples themselves. There are 3 temples, again, color-coded as well as with different symbols, which is going to help with colorblind. When advancing, you immediately gain the benefit. So for the most part, there are some exceptions to this. The blue temple is going to get you resources. So anytime you see the little gray square with the star, that's going to be a resource of wood, stone, or gold. The red track is going to be victory points, which are shown by that symbol, as well as how many victory points you're going to acquire. And then the green track is going to be a quantity of cocoa that you immediately get as well. You'll also notice that there are what's called major steps on all 3 of the temples. When you advance to one of these, you have a choice of, depending on how many tiles are there, you actually get your choice of all of the tiles that are on there. Or if you don't like any of your choices, you can always take what's printed on the board there for the resource. Okay? It's also really important to talk about here with the discovery tiles. I'll talk about that in a minute, actually. On the penultimate step up here this is where players can claim an endgame scoring condition. These 3 tiles are the only endgame scoring in the entire game. If you do not advance up to that tile, you have no endgame scoring. Keep that in mind. 15 victory points, 3 points for every step along the Avenue of the Dead, and then victory points for the value of all of your workers. Okay? The topmost step, only 1 player can claim. All players can make it up to the penultimate step, but to be able to claim the bonus victory points there, only the first player that claims that gets that, and then that's locked for everybody else. The highest everyone else could get is the penultimate step. Any questions on the temples?
If you hit the top, you still get the end game scoring, right?
Correct, right. If you're here, you've already eclipsed that, so you would still get that, correct. Talking about the discovery tiles now. If there is a cost, and you'll notice that a lot of these do have a cost. So for instance, this discovery tile, there are two different types. There are masks, and then there are one-time use. If they have a cost printed on them, you must pay the cost upon acquiring them. You always have to pay the cost. There is no way around that. If you get a quote-unquote free discovery tile, you still have to pay the cost that's printed on it. It could be one cocoa, it could be a wood, it could be a mix of that, any number of resources, okay? However, if you'll notice that one up there does not have a cost. It does have a cost here to be able to claim it, but the tile itself is free in which to take, okay? If it is a mask, these are going to be for set collection during every scoring phase, so every eclipse. So the more you get, the more points you're going to score each round. Whereas anything that isn't a mask, for instance this, you take, put into your tableau, and at any time on your turn, you can turn it face down and claim whatever it is. And we'll go through, there's a whole bunch of different rule breakers, get resources, so on and so forth. All right? Any question on that? All right, so now let's talk about the meat of the game, which is performing the main action. The main action can be taken on 7 of the 8 boards, not the palace, because there is no main action. You either worship or you collect cocoa there. Everywhere else, you could collect cocoa, as we established. You could go to the worship space, or you can do the main action. Before placing your worker, again, if, for instance, this were over here, yellow's turn, 1, 2, and they choose to stop here to take this action. Before placing the worker that's just moved to the space, count the number of different color workers. You owe that much cocoa to the supply to take this action. Okay? Whereas collecting cocoa, you get that number plus 1. Here, you just owe cocoa for however many different colors there are,
Okay.
including your own color. Again, if there is a worker in the lock space of your color, you ignore that because that's essentially not part of the action space. Then you place the new worker onto the action space and then carry out the main action. So there are 8 spaces and there are essentially 5 different actions. The 3 resource spaces up here in the corners, we're going to talk about this one here and we'll talk about how this works. All 3 of them are nearly identical. It's get resources for the most part. So first and foremost, count the number of workers of your color. So for instance, we moved and we go here. How many workers are there for yellow?
1.
Okay, so we look at that row. So the 1 die, 2 dice, 3 dice, etc. Then we look at the value of the lowest worker of that color. In this case, that would be 1. So we look at that, look where they meet, 1 victory point for yellow. In addition to that, you'll notice this symbol right here. This is to power up, or as I call it, bump up one of your workers in that action space, meaning he no longer is a value 1, he is now a value 2 going forward, which is going to help you get more resources, etc., give you stronger actions as the game goes along.
Okay.
Now, if, for instance, you had gone here, and again, this die does not count. It's as if it were 2 separate locations. You would get the 1 victory point. You would peg that. You would then power up one of your dice. Well, this is not part of that space, meaning, again, this is your only option to power up. But if you had, say, a value 1 and a value 4, even though you move the value 1, you could power up the value 4 die as well of your own color.
Yep.
Cool? All right. That is identical. So mostly you're going to be getting gold here. In front of Megan, you're going to be getting stone. And in front of Dustin over here, you're going to be getting wood, predominantly. Any questions on those? Okay, cool. Then we're going to talk about the alchemy space. So board number 5 right there. 1 worker of your own color allows you to purchase 1 of the top row technology only. So you'll notice 1 die, the top row only. Whereas if you have 2 workers or 1 worker of value 4 or 5, you could purchase the top or the bottom row. You're going to pay the cost in gold, which is 1 for the top row or 2 for the bottom row of the selected tile. You're going to place your marker of your color onto that tile. So for instance, if it's red's turn, they went there, they would pay whatever that is, place their marker on there. Every player that already had that technology is going to score 3 victory points. Okay, obviously nobody in that case has that, but if there were, so subsequently, if say yellow were to then come over there to take that, red would then peg the 3 points. Okay?
Okay.
Then bump the associated temple track. You'll notice just to the left of it. So in this case, red would bump on the red track and they would immediately get whatever it is that they qualify for. And then they're going to bump up their value of any of their workers that are on that space. They only have 1, so it would be that 1 die. Make sense? That's the alchemy space. Any questions there? Okay, moving on. Also, this is the one kind of gotcha space. And what I mean by that is all of those give some kind of power or benefit to the player that's claimed those. You do have to remember what it is that you qualify for. We'll go over those before the game starts, but just remember, it's up to you to remember what those are. However, there is a handy-dandy little thing down here that shows what tile those various actions are associated with. So that's going to help. Okay? Moving over to this side, board number 6, which is the nobles. The value of the worker does not matter. So sticking with red, red goes 1, 2, 3. They go here. Obviously, they would have to pay cocoa. So they would owe 1 cocoa because there is 1 worker there. Then they're going to pay 2 wood from their personal supply into the game supply. Then they're going to choose the leftmost building on the building track. And now the quantity of their dice does matter. 1 die, 2 die, 3 die. They're going to go, you'll notice the arrows here going left to right. So red here would peg 3 points immediately. So red would peg the 3 points. Then, if for instance, though, they had that and they wanted to go to they obviously worth more victory points. However, if this row is full, they then would immediately have to place up here. If that row is full, so sorry, you cannot do the action. Okay. They're also going to advance 1 space up on the Avenue of the Dead. The Avenue of the Dead is here, which is going to be worth potentially a considerable amount of points. Okay, then, just like every other action space, what do? They would power up 1 of their workers. Okay? Any questions on nobles?
Does that ever reset? Like
It does
with the
not.
new eclipses? So
Nope.
so that's a one-time for the whole game.
Once it's full, it's full. You can't do
Okay.
it. Correct.
Okay.
All right. So now let's talk about what is one of the main actions in this game, which is board number 8, which is constructing the pyramid. You're going to count the number of workers. Again, sticking with red. Red comes over here. How many workers do they have there?
1.
1. So they can build 1 tile. Okay. They must choose one of the available face up, and there's a bunch off screen here that are going to refill at the end of that player's action, not during, but at the end of that player's action. The cost is based on the level of the pyramid. So you'll notice this is how the game starts for the 4-player game. You have the base levels, which are up here, and that is all that is available at the very beginning of the game. However, it is possible that as the game progresses, say for instance here, you'll notice these little crosses that are here, which are very easy to see here locally. Hopefully it shows up all right on the camera. As these refill, now the second level is available. It's a pyramid, so it must come up in a pyramid shape. There must be an existing base. You can't leave no overhangs in this game. Okay? That makes sense?
Yep.
The cost, if, for instance, we were to place this here, the cost would be, it's a second level, it would be 1 wood and 2 stone discarded to the general supply. And then you can choose any of the available tiles, and you can rotate these tiles in any direction following, again, the crosses here, okay? For every symbol, you're going to score victory points based on the level of the tile. So again, this would be 3 points for the level 2 right here. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, 1 victory point for every matching symbol that you cover. So for instance, if we're looking at this area right here, looking at that, that would give us 2 match symbols. It would match this one and it would match this one here. Mm-hmm. The orientation of the symbols does not matter. Okay, so in placing that, it would be 3 for the base, 2 for the matching symbols. Red would peg 5 points. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. In addition to that, though, you'll notice that some of the symbols are colored, which match the temples over here. If the colored symbol matches the symbol that it covered, okay, so in this case it does, you would bump up 1 on that temple, and you would get the resource. How that work, or that you claim. Okay, that makes sense. You good, Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except you said it does match and it doesn't.
It does.
In this case.
It does.
Or does black match anything?
No, it's the symbol.
The symbol has to match.
Oh, I
So
see.
the
I thought it
blue
still
is
had to go over a blue
Nope,
to bump
no.
blue. Okay.
Okay,
No,
that
just
makes
the
sense.
symbol has to
Okay.
match.
Also, something I want to point out, that if, say for instance, I covered a blue, or I would get 1 bump on the blue track. That would give you a resource, which then you can immediately use if there were, say, a second red die here to build a second tile to then place it out here, because if you're short the resource, you can use the resource that you just used to build. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Because
Yeah.
they are individual actions. That's kind of an easy little thing to forget on that, okay? In addition to that, for every tile that was built, you would peg 1 up the pyramid track here as well. And then, as with every other action space on the board, you then bump up 1 of your workers.
Okay.
Cool? Again, I'm going to be walking you guys through it.
Yeah.
There's a reason I am GMing this game and not playing it this evening, okay? Also, remember that the game's going to end if the pyramid ever gets built completely, okay? That's I've yet to see it, I'll be honest. In, I don't know, half a dozen games that I've played of this and numerous demos at Gen Con, I've yet to see it happen. Doesn't mean that it won't happen. Any questions about building the temple?
Yeah.
All right, moving on to decorations. Very similar to the building of the pyramid itself. However, you can only ever build 1 in a given action here. You're going to pay 3 gold, but a discount of 1 gold for every worker of yours after the first. So again, if red was there, red comes in, they would have to pay 3 cocoa. They have 2 workers, that would be a discount of 1 gold, meaning they would cost 2 gold to be able to do so. They would then choose one of the face-up decorations. I think of these as stairs. It's the easiest way to remember. There are 4 spaces on the outside of the board that are available at the beginning of the game. Also, this is really hard to see on camera, I realize that, but locally, again, it's very clear. There is an arrow that is here, that is must always be pointing inboard. So you cannot, for instance, this one, this is perfect. That is facing face up, plus you'll notice that it matches the symbol. You would peg 3 points, plus 1 for every symbol, so again, that would be 5 points. You match the blue, you would go up the blue, etc., etc.
Okay.
Once this is built, we would then refill this. On a subsequent turn, any player now, what they have available is this, 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 and the second step, or the second decoration, again, moving inboard on every step. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's decorations, and then, as with every other place, bump up 1 of your workers. Cool?
Yep.
Now, you might be asking yourself, what happens when my worker goes from a 5 to a 6? Because everything I have said so far is value 1 through 5. Well, if, going back to our example here, red came here, and they did their action, and then they said, you know what, I want to bump up my 5. Well, that's called an ascension. They die, or they ascend, and they're reborn. So, here's what happens when that happens. First off, they're going to advance 1 space on the Avenue of the Dead. They just died. That makes sense. So you're going to bump up 1 space on that track. Then, the worker that would have become a 6 becomes a 1 and goes over to the palace. He's reborn, or she is reborn, as it were. Then, they're going to select one of the rewards shown. I should point out there is a slight misprint in the rule book that says that it's 6 cocoa. I'm sorry, 6 cocoa. It's actually, the board is right. Defer to that. Your options are, you can choose one of them. 5 victory points, gain 5 cocoa, advance on 1 temple track. Again, that looks just like this. That's your choice of a temple track. Pay 3 cocoa and advance on 2 temple tracks, and yes, they can be the same temple track. Or gain 2 cocoa and acquire your 4th worker. The fourth worker, you'll notice, is value 3. They also will come out at the palace. Important to note, unlike worker placement games, this does not get you extra actions. This is simply giving you more options. In addition to that, much like Zolkin, you're going to have to pay upkeep, or you're going to it's another mouth to feed. Keep that in mind, okay? Then, for every ascension, you're going to advance the white disc 1 space. So at the very beginning, I mentioned that it's a maximum of 33 turns. It's going to be considerably more than that because that will also advance 1 for every ascension.
Less than that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Then, it is possible to have a chain reaction in which one ascension leads to another ascension leads. I've seen as many as 3 ascensions in 1 turn. So if that were the case, if Megan, being the last player, she ascends once, twice, 3 times on her turn, at the end of her turn being the 4th player, whoop, that will end there. All of a sudden you thought, oh, I had plenty of time. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd the round go? It just vanished. So keep that in mind. It can sneak up and bite you. Okay? So what happens then when the white disc ends up with the black disc? An eclipse happens. Or an eclipse is triggered, I should say. You finish the round so that all players have a turn, and then everybody takes 1 additional turn, and then you go into the eclipse phase or the scoring phase. Then you're going to follow these steps. You're going to score victory points for every player that's the lowest number on the buildings times how many steps up the Avenue of the Dead they've gone. So if yellow, for instance, has made it up here to the 4th step, 5 times 4, yellow's going to peg 20 points. Every player is going to do that.
Okay.
Then the player who has contributed most to the pyramid, and I omitted one thing. Every time you build a decoration, you also advance on the pyramid. Because think of it, you're helping build the pyramid. Either of these, you're going to advance up here. Okay. Whoever has advanced the most is going to score 4 points. Then, depending on whether it's the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd eclipse, you're going to score 4, 3, or 2 points for every advancement that you go. And unlike the Avenue of the Dead, which never resets, this will reset after every eclipse.
Okay.
All right. Then, players are going to score masks based on a set collection. 1 through 7, those range from 1 to 28 points. If you have all 7, you're scoring 28 points every eclipse. Those do not get discarded. They do not turn face down. So it behooves you, if you're going to go for masks, early and often, before the 1st eclipse. Then you're going to reset the white calendar disc to the 1st space. And then if it's the 1st or 2nd eclipse, you're going to move that down 1 step based on player count where it starts. And then if it's the 3rd eclipse, score the penultimate step. Whoever has the most points wins. If tied, the most cocoa, and then the lowest in turn order after that. And that is how to play Teotihuacan.
Yes, that's right.
All right, good. So any questions on that other than what the actual tiles themselves do?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. Also, I want to point out that David Turtzi designed the solo variant of this game. And also, there are some orange tiles, which are not called out in the component listing until you look at page 18. So if you're a solo player, those are called out in page 18. I panicked. I couldn't figure out where they were. That's where they are with the solo rules. So just a heads up to everybody on that. Okay? Now, one last thing that I want to talk about before we get into where we can start. There is a variant. It's called the Dark Eclipse or Sudden Death, or as I like to call it, the Heavy Cardboard variant, which we are going to be playing tonight. This is a variant. This is a very much not nice way to play this game. Okay. What that is instead of when eclipses trigger, we finish the round and everybody takes one more round, somebody triggers the eclipse, happens immediately at the end of their turn. You don't like it? Plan better. Okay? Same goes if the pyramid is built. The moment that's built, the player finishes their turn, end games or final eclipse, end game scoring. Okay. So there is not going to necessarily be an even amount of turns. Okay. Don't forget you do have to feed your workers with cocoa. Okay, at the end or during every eclipse. And the cost is going to be, again, 1, 2, or 3 cocoa for value, or 1 cocoa for value 1 through 3, 2 cocoa for value 4s and 5s. Okay. Okay? go over the discovery tiles. We'll go over everything real quickly, and then we'll begin. So talking about the discovery tiles, this first tile right here says it's like go in Monopoly. Every time you land or pass the palace, collect one cocoa. However, when you ascend and you place out new workers, you didn't pass it. Ergo, you do not get it for that. The second one says on every time you build on or you acquire on tiles 5 and 6, which are here and here, you're going to score 3 additional points. This one, I'm going to really emphasize to players. Every time you get resources on one of the 3 resource tiles, you get whatever that associated resource. That includes this spot here, which normally doesn't get you the base resource. Okay? Here you would get 1 cocoa. Okay? But you also will get 1 wood, because this is the wood, this is the forest space, if you have claimed that.
Okay.
Okay? Down here says every time tile or action space number 7, you get 4 additional points. You no longer get 3, you get 7 for every decoration that you build.
Okay.
Do that early if you're going to go that direction. This one says when you come here to the construction tile or action space number 8, it acts as if you have another die there. So if you only have 1 die here, you really have 2 dice, which means you can build 2 tiles. Also, it gives you a single discount on a single build of 1 wood or 1 stone. It's not for every tile you build, it's for one of the builds.
Okay.
And last but not least, every time on number 8 that you build, every time you take the action, you get to advance up 1 temple. Again, it's 1 advancement per entire action.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
Last thing are these. This, go here, lock your worker, whatever the pip value, +1, you get that much cocoa. This one says the value of the pip that you lock, the value of the worker, pay that up to that many cocoa and get 1 stone and 1 gold for every one that you pay. You lock a value 3, you can do that 3 times.
Okay.
Okay? This one says whatever the value of the die is, or whatever is lower between the value of the die or how many technologies you have claimed, score 2 points for whichever is lower between them.
Okay.
And then the last thing is you have masks, you have bonus resources, etc., etc. You guys can ask questions. Also remember, you get to choose when you acquire that. You can choose which one it is or the space that's under there.
Okay.
And I'm done. All right, so that said, we need to go ahead and set the game up. Everybody take your workers back here. We'll just throw them over here. You guys can divvy them up, except for these workers here. Any questions from the peanut gallery? Whew, I'm going to bring up the chat and the cameras. That's about as thorough as I know how to be, y'all. Give me a moment and take a drink. Cheers. All right.
I have one question.
Yeah, sure. Shoot.
So we did a quick change on the players. Do you want to change the player order so we're not skipping around? Or
Oh, we probably should, shouldn't we? So,
Huh?
hold on, wait. No, it's
it goes
still.
like this.
No, it goes
It
clockwise.
goes blue, black,
Why?
red, yellow.
Why is that?
Because you have there on that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's
it goes,
This
no.
isn't player
Yeah,
order.
no. Black,
This determines
black,
player order.
red.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's that number.
Sorry about that.
We're
I
good.
thought it
We're
was
good.
in
No,
the-
no, no,
No,
We're good.
That's just all sitting on the zero
Yeah,
portion
that's
of the
all that
scoreboard.
is. Okay.
My one question for those of you who've played this, what are end-game scores look like? Because it sounds like they're really high.
Okay. I will say that last night I taught this to both Jerry and Dustin, and Jerry squeaked by with about 130 points, and we finished at like 102 and 103 respectively. We
Okay.
don't need to discuss who took 102 and who got 103. Hashtag
Okay,
good
okay.
teacher. It's going to obviously depend on the number of players also, okay? So keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right, so the last thing that we have to do for setup, you'll notice the starting player here, so in this case Jerry has 1 cocoa, Megan is last player, she gets 3 cocoa, everybody else in between gets 2. In addition to that, everyone's going to get 4 starting tiles.
Pick 2.
Pick 2, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And that said, I am here to run the game. And also, the tiles that you choose, your workers are all going to start at value 1 unless you have a bump on there, which
Okay.
is this symbol right here. The numbers at the bottom of the tiles, you have to choose 3 of the 4 different, or if you have duplicates, choose 3 of the only 3 that you have to start your workers on. Okay? So when you guys are ready, choose them. Go ahead and choose 2, discard the others, and we're ready to rock and roll. While you guys are deciding for the peanut gallery, something I want to explain also. These are all printed on the board there, as well as these. There are a plethora of variable ones that are off board, actually, as well as all these in-game scoring ones. There's a whole bunch that you could randomize the board. And don't forget also, the boards themselves can be randomized in order. The only one that cannot is the palace. All right.
Somebody made a good point on the chat.
If you don't feed your
Yep.
workers during the eclipse, it's 3 points per. Feed
Okay.
your workers. Good call.
And does that symbol mean I move up the...
The Avenue of the Dead, you'll actually,
one
it's
spot?
covered right now, but
Okay.
yep, the houses symbol right
Okay.
here would be up 1 on the Avenue of the Dead.
So these are what we get to start with.
Correct. 2 of those tiles. Discard the other
So
2.
you'd all the stuff, all
Huh?
three, you'd all 3 items.
What's this symbol?
You start up one... You start with one of those.
Oh, I start with the, oh.
Does it have to be the top on this, Edward? Does it have to be the top level, or can you pick one of the bottom?
Oh, it must be the lowest. So this is nearly impossible to see, but there are numbered tiles on all of these. If you start, it's going to be this one for our game because this is the lowest value tile.
Okay.
Oh, and also this is a good point Christopher points out. If you have a single worker here, meaning value 4 or 5, they don't bump because that symbol is not there. You get it here, you do not get it if it's there. So good call there,
Good point.
Christopher. All right.
All right.
And Raynor said apparently it was a pretty thorough explanation, so I think I nailed it. All right. So Adrian, what are you getting?
I get up 1 on the blue track.
Okay. So which means you will get 1 resource in addition to that.
Right on. I get 4 stone.
Okay. You're going to get 4 cocoa, it looks like.
Yes, 4 cocoa.
Not to be confused with Rococo. 1 on the Avenue of the Dead, which
Yep.
is blue.
Yep. I get
Okay.
3 wood. And then I get that 1 from going up there that I can
And
choose.
choose which you want.
And, yeah. I'm going to take a gold.
And give me the, and then you're bring that up so folks can see.
Yeah.
So now you choose 1, 2, 6, and 7. 3 of those have to be out there where your workers are. Okay.
Okie doke.
House on tile number 6 needs to go back. Thank you very much. You guys are hired. You guys are doing good work tonight. All right, Peanut Gallery. Oh, Michael Brandt's homesick. He was supposed to be on the stream tonight. Thankfully, Megan was willing to fill in, so thanks.
Yep.
So he's watching from home though. Awesome.
So they have to be on 3 different ones to start?
They must be on 3 different for each. Now, you guys obviously may share tiles, but your individual workers must be on 3 different.
Okay.
Eric, there's no bribery needed. I'm coming to GrandCon this weekend, and I will be bringing this with me. Yes.
And could
Okay.
somebody place that over on 2, please?
And also, you'll notice that there's not a whole lot of space. We're going to try and use the empty space on each of the boards to go ahead and show off. And there you go.
Is there a limit of how many different workers can be on any given
Nope.
space? It just,
Nope.
as long as you can afford it, you can go there.
You betcha. Or take that much cocoa, remember?
Yeah, get a
Yeah.
pile of cocoa.
Right?
But only up to a maximum of 5.
You are,
Right.
right?
Oh, go for it, Megan.
Oh,
Have you,
geez.
while you're waiting, Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, you can
Right,
choose.
5 wood.
Okay, 5 wood. And I should note also that there
2 gold, 3
There
stone.
are little
Yep.
5 times little guys if you run out of resources, especially with a 4-player game. That could
Sure.
happen. There you go, 5 wood. Okay, stone.
I got
there.
a stone and gold. He needs 3 cocoa.
Yep.
Okay,
And I'm going on 2.
And one of those gets to bump to a 2.
correct. So put them out your workers, and there you go.
3, 8 or 4. Where is it?
4 and...
Hey, Ian, welcome. And again, welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. What do we got?
Can I put that as a 4, please?
Okay.
And then for my bump, I'm bumping this one right there.
Okay, cool. So you're done. Let me have those. And Dustin?
Okay, I'm gonna take 2 bumps on the dead track.
No, those are actually discovery tiles,
Oh, okay.
meaning you would randomly get 2 of these. It's important to note that if these have a cost on it, you have to pay the cost, as I stressed earlier. So
Okay.
if you don't take tiles, now you get to see what they are. So for instance, that one would be free,
Free.
and the other one also happens to be free.
I will take that then.
Okay, all right, so you got your 2 discovery tiles. What else? 2 cocoa,
2 cocoa.
okay, 4 gold, and 3 stone. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. And go ahead and place your workers. And while you're waiting, or while you're doing that, Megan.
I'll go. I don't know if it's better to start with the one on there.
That
like
you're going to always run short of cocoa. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Okay, it's never everything in this game is good. It's all positive interaction, unless somebody advances that by ascending and catches you with your proverbial pants down. Yeah.
Okay, we'll try that. So I get a space on there
Okay.
and 2 resources. So I will take 2 wood. I'll get 2 stone and 3 gold.
2 stone, 3 gold.
And then I go up on the
Blue track.
green.
Well, and also you're going to go up the blue track for that.
Jeez.
So that is yellow. So you're going to get 1 additional cocoa for that, and you are yellow, so you're going to get 1 additional resource there.
I'll take
So 2 stone, FYI.
Yeah.
Baseline 2 stone here, 3 gold here, 2 wood here.
I have all those. I will take gold.
All right. Also remember, at the end of the game, your resources are worth exactly zilch, and sometimes, often, I end up with a big pile. Plan better. Okay.
Okay.
So everyone,
So-
can I? Oh, and then place your
I'm
workers.
gonna
Yeah.
go- Oh wait, don't take those.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Adam.
I haven't
Welcome.
decided where I'm going yet.
Oh, also, Peanut Gallery. If you guys see Rainer actually is the NSKN. He is the representative of NSKN. Rainer, appreciate you being in the chat tonight. Thanks a lot, buddy.
It's 5.
Thank you, Paul. Welcome. I appreciate the kind words.
We'll go.
It's not the end of the world, one way or the other.
All right.
All right,
No
cool.
idea.
All right, so here we go.
You still put that one on though.
Oh, the third one still goes out as well.
So,
So,
3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah.
yep, okay. There we go. All right, so now the game begins. So Jerry is the first player.
I'm gonna go there,
Okay,
and because of her last choice, it cost me a cocoa,
right,
Good job.
because one worker, not your color. Okay,
and it's gonna cost me 1 gold.
yep,
Damn,
you are
black,
black. There we go.
and there's a gold.
Okay,
And then I flip.
in addition to that, you're also going to go up the blue temple.
Actually,
Green
green.
Temple.
I'm sorry, wrong one. Thank you. You are black. Do me a favor, move. Oh, it's right there. We're good. Black, which means you're going to get a cocoa back. Boom.
Thank you.
You bumped your worker. Your turn's done. Dustin, you're up.
I'm gonna move 1 here.
All right. So that's going to be 2 cocoa.
Cocoa.
You're then going to owe 3 gold. And then choose 1. Now, you do have, actually, I take it back. Because you have 2 workers here, you're red, it's actually 1 gold discount.
Right.
So it's only 2 gold. Choose 1 of the decorations. I imagine you would. So it's going to be a total of 3 plus. You're matching both the symbols, which is going to be 5 points now for red. Adrian, 5 points for red. In addition to that, you match the blue symbol. The blue symbol then, red, is going to go up 1 on the blue temple. That's 1 resource of your choice.
I'll take a wood.
All right, 1 wood. And you get to bump either worker to a 2. Here, I'll choose for you. Boom, done. And last but not least, we refill that and done. Adrian, you're up.
All right, I am going to move over to the from 2 to 8
Okay,
to build there. So I pay 1 cocoa.
right. 1 tile, choose.
Yeah,
And
so
that's going to cost you 2
there's
stone.
my 2 stone. And now comes the questionable part. I was trying to figure this out before my turn even started.
Well, let's look at this. So this one would allow you a bump on the green and would get you 2 points if you placed it here. This would get you 1 extra point, but you could match the blue there. Plus, don't forget the stuff on the inside.
Yeah.
So
I think I will, actually, I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to do it over here, which will still give me 2, because it covers there and there.
there you go. So that's going to be 2 plus 1 is going to be 3 points for blue. Then you match the green, so
I
that's
got
going to
one on
bump
the
up
green.
1, which means you get a cocoa. And last but not least, blue bumps up to 2.
Perfect.
Boom, done. Megan, you're up.
Okay.
And then we both advance on the pyramid track.
Thank you. Yep, and
Dustin
red does as well. All right. So yellow. I'm secretly cheering for Megan. Just
There was a
plain
whole
yellow.
lot of Team Megan
Okay.
over there, too.
Yay.
Not often they get to choose yellow and vote for yellow because nobody ever picks me. So.
Yeah. What's this one again? I'm sorry.
It's all right. Number 8, which is the pyramids. Oh, and we need to refill that. There we go. Anytime you take this action, it acts like you have one additional die, means you can build more steps or more tiles. And in addition,
less
it's a
space.
discount of one resource for one of those builds.
Oh. Okay. That one.
Nice, Tina. All right. Red goes up the pyramid track because they also helped with the pyramid building by placing a decoration here previously. I just forgot to move it. That's all. Okay. Welcome, Samo. All right.
All right, I'm gonna. So this would cost me 2 cocoa.
It would because there are 2 dice
There's 2
already
dice
there,
there.
correct? Or two
colors.
different colors, I should say.
2
Yes.
different colors, yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
that's 2
So
cocoa.
that's 2
Go ahead and
cocoa.
start a pile over there if you want. So it's 2 cocoa. You
And I've
have
got 2 dice, so
There
I
you
can go
go.
to the bottom row.
or all 6 are your option. Well, 5. You've already claimed this one, but you can claim any of the other 5 if you wish.
I'm going to claim. This gets me more for decorations.
It does. Every time we'll score you 7 points for every decoration. 7 points is not a
And
small
that,
amount of
and that
points.
costs 2 gold.
2 gold,
That's
correct.
It adds
There.
up.
And then
Sure.
you're going to bump up the blue track as well
Oh, yeah.
here. So you are yellow, the blue
Yep.
track, yellow. So you get one resource of your choice.
Kind of a stone.
Or it sounded so confident. All right, there we go. And then you get to bump up one of your workers. And that is the end of Megan's turn. 4th player. Whoop. There we go. Jerry, you're up.
Okay.
And yes, you have to make
Turn
that
order
sound.
never changes.
It does not.
I'm going
Makes it less.
down there. I have to pay
Yeah.
1
Yep, 1 cocoa.
because I'm already there. And then so I'm basically on this line.
Mm-hmm.
And I get, just to show, I get 2 by 2. So I get 2. Plus I get 1 more for my bonus.
3 wood.
And finally,
1, 2, 3.
thank you. Finally I flip 1, 3. I'm done.
Dustin.
Oh, man, you guys are taking your turns way too fast.
Well, this is the first time we're going to use one of these, but I'm going to use this little tile,
Okay.
which allows you to move to any space on the board.
Right. You teleport basically all the way around.
And when we do
Also,
that-
want to note, it does not trigger this if he were there. Okay, unless he were to specifically choose that tile. Okay, go.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn that over to acknowledge that it's been used.
Yep.
Just throw it into the use pile. If you want to hand me that, please. No, put him over here.
All right. So that's going to be a total of 2 cocoa.
Right.
2 different colors there. That's 3 dice, which means he gets a discount of 2 gold, so it costs 1 gold.
Gross.
That's going to score him 3 points for red, and then choose a decoration.
I'll choose this one.
Okay.
Is it there?
All right. Now he can do the 2nd level because this one's already been done. That matches both symbols, so it's going to be 2 additional points for red. And the blue matched, so red is going to go up the blue track, which means 1 resource back. Which would you choose?
Gold.
Okay, there you go.
And another one up on the pyramid track.
Another one here. We refill, and you get to bump 1 of your workers.
Should bump up the 2.
Okay, the 2 to the 3. There we go. Boom, done.
Gross.
Adrian.
I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to spend 2 wood and build a house.
3 points because you covered that. You advance on the track of the or avenue of the dead. Good, and then you also bump up your worker.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
Okay.
So as you can see, as people get used to the game, the turns
Yeah.
really start cooking.
So that's
I'm only going this fast because everybody else is, and I feel pressured to do that.
So that works too.
All right.
2 cocoa.
Yep. Go ahead over there.
Oh yeah.
No worries. So 2 cocoa, which means you can build 2 if you have all of the resources.
No, but I'm gonna. Cause which one gives this resources? Blue.
Uh huh.
So I want this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to place that.
And the cost will be whether it's the first level or second. You cannot build on the second level because of the positioning yet.
So that covers all 4.
Well done. So that's going to be a total of
Jeez.
5 victory points for yellow,
Okay. And then I go up on the blue,
right?
and I will take a stone.
Before you do so, you will have paid 2 stone
Yep, that's
already.
my 2 stone.
And now you get a stone
And now
back.
I get a
'cause
stone
you won.
back.
So go ahead.
There you go.
And now you can build
And then I'm
a
gonna
second
build a
tile.
second tile.
There you go. Which the second tile again is going to be on the first level because
And it
steel
doesn't
can't.
refill until the end of the turn.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Which obviously the red one is the
red one.
appealing one, if at all possible. Which there are the 2 internal spaces.
yeah,
that match.
I was just trying to decide if the red is appealing.
The red.
or if
I mean,
they
it's
more
victory points. But again, remember when you hit these, you also get access to those discovery tiles. Brian, 1 to 3 must move. Thank you, David. You're on the ball.
Yeah, I can only match one of those. Okay.
Wait, this is another Ian tool. You know who did this
I
one?
do not think he did this one. I don't
Or are they
think
talking
so.
about something else?
Let me see.
Greg.
Yeah,
Greg,
no,
your Ian tool
Ian's
did it.
asking who did.
Oh.
Okay, so
just
how many
yes.
symbols?
Just one.
Okay, so that's going to be a total of 2 points for yellow.
Okay.
And then you're going up the red
Points?
track,
Yeah.
which is 1 more point. Advance one of your workers, does not
you
matter.
Choose.
There we go. I chose well, I hope.
Yeah,
And
it's okay. That was an okay choice.
2 tiles, which means twice up the pyramid track. Somebody's closer. And we refill 2. And the reason we say refill, it was a misprint in Wildcatters, the original edition in
Oh.
Player Aid, and it just stuck.
I thought you just misspoke, and I was like,
Always
hey.
That keeps
Refill.
happening over and over.
Back to the host.
The board view of the camera so we can see Jerry.
Because he's blocked off down
Oh,
there in the player
We'll
view.
see what here. How about this?
Jerry doesn't
Yeah,
have
that'll.
Yeah.
There we
okay.
go.
You
That
don't,
just means you're going to get a whole lot of my face, but
you don't want
that's
to
the
see
best
me
I can do.
anyway.
All right, Jerry.
It's better.
Hold on. It's the end of Megan's turn. Advance the white calendar disc.
That's all right.
All right, Jerry.
Probably
AJ,
my
can you
job.
move me for down here? Please.
There's a board right here, just
Yeah.
It's
FYI.
not. I'm not ready for that yet.
Okay.
Alright.
They were only saying 3 or 4. I got to pace myself.
Okay.
So I get 1 whole point.
Okay, so yep, it would be 1 point for black. Welcome to the game, Jerry. Okay.
No,
Thanks
start
for
slow.
playing.
But I do get a stone, you said, right? Even though.
Yes, because you're in the stone quarry. Even though you didn't get stone, you're in the stone quarry. You did the action, the main
sorry.
action
So
there.
you got some-
And then he advances. Boom, done.
Done.
Dustin.
Can you move one of my ones to the worship?
Okay, so you're going to worship, which is
Yes.
here, so he's going to lock his worker. Pays no cocoa because there's nobody there he's bumping.
And I,
Now, go
I don't
ahead.
have a cocoa, but if I did, I could have done the other one.
You could have done both.
Right.
However, you don't have cocoa means you either take the mask or go up the blue temple, which also point out if you choose the mask, you will have to pay 1 wood because there's a cost associated with that.
So I'll take the bump up the track.
Okay, so the blue track, which is red,
Yeah, okay.
which is going to be 1 resource of your choice. Resources are the wood pieces. They are not cocoa. The cocoa shows cocoa.
And I'll take a wood.
All right. And he now loses access to that die until he either skips his turn and unlocks all his workers, or on his turn can pay 3 cocoa to unlock all his workers and then take his normal action. Okay? Adrian, you're up.
No.
Thanks, Brian.
1, 2, 3. There's 1 person there already, so I pay a cocoa. And that's a 2. So it's 1 die. It's a level. It's 2, so I get a stone.
Okay. And if only
And he
you were there
bumps.
on the technology, you would get, wait for it,
Another stone.
stone. Right. Megan.
Okay.
If only.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. That's free.
Correct. And again, it's free because this
Because
is
he's
the
locked.
worship. There
Yeah.
you go. Good.
So I get a gold.
And again, if only you were here, would get 2
I know.
gold.
I
Still
should
good.
It's a
have
good
probably
spot.
done
Right,
that
for
one.
sure.
Megan's done. We advance. Jerry, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to go 1, 2.
Thanks, Jess.
I have to pay 1 food because it's 1 color there.
Right?
And then I go all the way down to the bottom row. which will be that times that.
And the reason it's there, the lowest value die is what you reference.
Yep.
Obviously, it'd be the same for that, but that's
Yes,
going to be
or they do need to match.
3 cocoa and 4 wood. And the reason 4 wood, because again, somebody took my advice and got extra
You're a
resources.
good teacher.
I'm just saying. Okay, advance one of your dice, sir.
All right. let's
And
go.
Dustin, you're up.
Okay. So now I'm gonna use my
Evening,
second
Mo.
one. Second little tile, which lets me move 2 of the
Workers
workers in the same spot.
as
together,
one,
right.
right?
So
So you can
move
move.
one space,
Okay, so they're both coming here.
right, for free.
Now, there was no workers there already, meaning he does not have to pay the cocoa, even though there are 2 dice there now. Okay.
I think it's good to point out too, this one is only 3 spaces, or 1 to 3,
Right.
and this one is anywhere on the board.
Right.
Correct.
Has that little black
Yep.
symbol
There
or
you go.
whatever on it.
All right, so you pay your 2 wood.
Okay.
We get a house. 2 dice means it goes to the second level, which is going to be 5 points for red, Adrian.
I don't want to keep giving him points.
1 bump up the Avenue of the Dead for red. And then advance 1 die.
We'll go with that 1 up to 2.
And done. Adrian. Take care, Ian.
Did he not advance 2 die? Because he played 3 die, which on the bottom one over there is advance 2.
Oh, no. I
Oh,
didn't.
good call. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, normally I say you advance 1. It's
Yeah.
rare, but it does happen. You'll notice there are 2 bumps. Good call, Peanut Gallery. Good job. Thank you. I forget
Alright.
whose turn is it?
It's mine. I'm going over here. It's still. Jeez.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You have to pay a cocoa,
Say
sir.
Coco.
And now
I have 2 die, which puts me in this tier, and it's your lowest one.
it is your lowest.
So I get 1.
Never mind. All right. I'm not going to say it.
And then I bump this to a 4.
Correct. Boom. Megan.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Is it making sense now?
Oh, yeah.
For everybody local, you guys following
Yes.
along? And for the Peanut Gallery, I realize most of y'all have not played this yet, but are you able to follow along? Is it starting to make sense and coalesce? Maybe not the strategy, but at least the mechanisms on how this works.
The number doesn't matter in this spot.
It does not.
Okay.
Here nor here does it. Okay,
So 3 gold,
correct?
and then I'm gonna choose one of these.
And here, you're going to bump up once, there. And remember,
And then
the arrow must face inboard.
That's right. Okay.
So here's a good example of this.
I couldn't.
So you
go
would
back.
like to put it this way to match that symbol. However, it must face this way because the arrow must face inboard, which that would match neither
Okay.
symbol, okay? And again, you cannot build a third one because there's no third or
step
second
yet.
tier or third step yet, okay? Whereas this one matches
Yeah.
both of those bad boys there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
I
oh
do
no.
need more cocoa.
For those asking, Rita still has her place of honor right here. Oof, from the Brides and Bribes playthrough. Glory to Rita.
Okay.
12,
So,
glory to Rome's.
I will go here.
So that's going to be a total of 3, plus both symbols match is 5.
Plus 4.
9
9.
total.
Nice.
I did explain the goal of the game is victory points, right? Somebody listen. Thank you, Megan.
So that bumps up.
Hold
Oh
on.
no.
So first,
So yeah. So I go up there.
there, which
I
is
get
1
a
cocoa, and
cocoa,
now this
and
will bump
now-
up, and I've already moved you up here.
Perfect.
Done. End of the 4th player's turn. There.
I might remember
Jerry.
that sometime.
That's my job. All right. Take care, David. Thanks for the support today, by the way.
Going ahead 1, spending 1 food because there's 1 there.
Okay. And so I don't forget, blue is going to bump up 1
Nope.
there.
Black.
Black.
Just kidding.
I'm not moving an 8 track, so let's do something. All right. I think I want this one.
Still cannot build the second level. That is a. Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can.
right there. You can.
There's 2
yes.
spaces you could.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the second?
Right here and right here.
Touche.
I think I want the points there, so I have to pay. So it's gonna go in there.
So it's going to be 2 stone.
Yep. So there's 2 stones.
So it's going to be 1 point plus.
So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3
Yep.
matches.
So 4 points for black.
Whoa.
And
1 red.
1 on the red track, sorry, which is 1 more point for black. Then bump to there. I've already advanced you here. Done. Dustin.
And then it's
Where
refilled.
did he get 1?
Yep.
Because he got 4, right? the 3 for this and then the 1 for there?
And then one more for bumping up the red track.
Okay.
That, and also need to refill this. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. And by the way, I'm keeping the arrows facing up just to keep it consistent since I know they're hard to see on camera. Okay?
Okay.
Take care, Christopher. Good luck with your mom. I hope she feels better, okay?
So gross. Alright, I'm going to move over.
Wait a minute, it's my turn.
You're right.
In the game of Teotihuacan,
Hey,
we
you were accusing me of taking so long
Earlier, I was just trying to be extra quick this time.
He's ready to go.
Alright, what we'll do is move the 3 to this locked position where on that one right there. So I can get 3.
That's actually, it's +1, so it's
Oh,
going to
4.
be a total of 4 cocoa. Now, it's important to note that here, he gets 4 cocoa. However, he cannot use, and Rainer, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I believe you cannot use the cocoa that you acquired to then purchase the tile that you must spend 1. If he had 1 already, I believe that's correct. That's one of those edge cases. I just want to double check if Rainer can tell me. So you can always double back if need be. Okay, Adrian, go ahead.
I'm going to slide that 4 over. I spend a cocoa because somebody's there. And I'm going to need, since it's a 4.
Somebody.
Yeah. Since it's a 4, I'm going to use it in that second tier. And I'm going to unlock the extra resource and die
Sir,
for...
it costs 2 gold to do the second tier. That's how,
Were you looking at this one or that one? This one?
I was looking at that second tier. This. No,
gotcha.
I don't even know moving that.
moving back.
Side to back.
Just kidding.
Take your food.
Here, take your cocoa back. False start, Adrian.
Right, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's planned better, Adrian, not planned sooner. Well played, Grav.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, whatever. I'll just go to here then.
So now it's going to cost you, wait for it, 2 cocoa.
Yeah. Do I want to do it with my 4 or my 1? I'm going to do it with my 1, actually,
Okay.
instead of my 4.
All right. Put him back,
Yeah.
please.
But there's my 2 cocoa.
Okay. So 2 tiles.
2 tiles. Yep.
There you go. Because that's the easiest thing for me to forget. Okay.
Yeah.
Edward's correct. He
And-
would have already had to have had the cocoa. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, so we played
So
that
we're
right.
playing it right.
Thank you, Rainer. So you do have 4 stone and a wood, so you can do 1 of each or
Yeah.
2 base level. Okay.
Which, oof. You guys didn't leave any good base level ones. I'm really disappointed.
By the way, there is a 4 blank like this. Not blank, but the little kind of basic symbol, which would get you 5 points total, 1, and then matching all 4 symbols. It's somewhere in here, but
Yeah. And they have to match where you cover them, or just as long as like
no,
two?
it must match.
Okay.
What covers?
Now, the
Okay, see, I thought somebody had
orientation
said
doesn't matter. Okay, meaning, for instance, if I'm trying to find, okay, notice here that the pineapple and the I say
Yeah, yeah,
pineapple,
yeah.
it's not.
I see
but-
corn.
Right, it's actually a mask right here, right,
Right.
the serpent. Even though that orientation doesn't match, it
So
still
that
matches the
orientation
symbol.
doesn't matter, but
Correct.
but it has, so like this one, because it'd be covering here, doesn't count as a point, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That would be a total. In this example, it would be 2
2
points.
points. Okay.
This one there
Well,
and
that's,
this
what
one there.
that's what I thought you said at the beginning, and then I thought somebody said different in chat. And I
No
just
worries.
Wanted to
Okay.
confirm, and also maybe stall a little bit.
Nice, Samo.
Let's do. Man, this is just unpleasant all around. I don't like anything you guys left me.
Reference the plan better.
Yeah, yeah, I know it's a thing.
Tip.
It's a thing. I'm gonna do this over Chia.
Okay.
So I'm covering 2 that are the same.
+1 is going to be 3 points.
There's my 2 stone. There's
For blue.
my 3 points.
So he's already moved up twice there,
Yeah.
and now you can choose one other, first or second
Yep,
level.
I'm gonna choose this one, and I'm gonna do it like this. And so that's 1, 2, 3,
+3.
and then move up the
hold
red
on,
track.
Hold on.
Yep.
In the order.
Okay.
6
3,
points.
6.
Resources paid.
Yep.
Then bump up the red track, which is going to be 1 more point.
Boom.
There we go. And now advance one of your dice.
I'll take that 2 to a 3.
Okay. There we go. And Megan.
Okay. I'm going to do something.
Oh, and refill the tiles. And these are just randomly coming out. Okay.
You didn't see me restack them.
Yeah. Do you even Teotihuacan, bro? That was terrible. The
gonna-
delivery was not good.
Right.
Move here.
Not ideal.
It was not.
I will get
1 cocoa, you'll pay first.
Yes. 1 cocoa. I will get 2 gold
Because
because
Yep.
my lowest. I've got 2 dice,
You got your
and the
gold.
lowest
Okay.
is 2.
and bump. Teotihuacan. Cool. All right. Cool. And because Megan finished her turn, Jerry, you're up.
The 3. Down black 3. Sorry.
It only matters,
the other
Edward,
one, black
when you're
one.
doing that the red's on the top one,
Sorry.
right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so the fact
Yeah,
that
please.
there was a
Has them
green,
Perfect.
That's
that was
what.
on.
It couldn't be because the green
So there was
is a
one
different
there.
symbol.
So I have to spend 1.
Well, no, it just means so like this covered a green of the
Spin,
same
that's a lot
symbol.
of
That
wood.
doesn't matter,
Two.
right? Somebody was
Yeah.
asking in the chat.
Got it.
And then, so I built the bottom level.
Okay.
Hey, Tom.
So help me out here. So
Yep.
you did. So you paid your 2 wood.
Yep. Paid 1 food. Because there was 1 there.
There. 2 points for black. Thank you. 1 up the Avenue of the Dead. And then bump.
Yep, please.
There. Done. Dustin.
Okay, let's move 2 to the worship. No,
Hey, Ryan.
To
Welcome.
the worship.
no,
No, the
Oh.
worship.
worship.
Right there.
Just push them around.
Figure it out. Yeah. All right. Free to go. You can pay 1 cocoa to do both.
Two.
Hold on. It's 1 cocoa
Okay.
to do both. Then
Yes.
to claim the discovery tile has a cost printed on the tile, which is going to be 1 additional cocoa, which that is 1 free advancement at your choice whenever you want up the Avenue of the Dead. Then you get a bump on the green track that is red, which you get 1 cocoa back.
There you go.
What is that action down there?
What, this one here?
Yeah.
This allows you, that's the free teleport to any space, one tile. So you don't have to go to 1 to 3, you can go 1 to, well, 8.
Give me one.
So,
Okay, and new discovery tile down yonder.
so a question I had for you.
Uh-huh.
If I use this when I already have a die in there, it doesn't matter how many dies I have in there, it's just going to bump it up.
It's just going to move up 1 track. That's
Okay.
it.
Might
That's
as well do
all
it
it's
now
doing. Okay. So red is going up 1, which right now, for every bump, they're worth 4 points apiece. Okay. Adrian, you're up.
I don't want to. Man, you guys are making this difficult,
In the game of Teotihuacan.
right?
So I got yelled at by somebody in the root playthrough for saying y'all too much. And they said, they said, can you stop saying y'all too much? I responded, nope. That's the way I talk.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you stop breathing?
But
No?
you-
Okay,
All
similar.
right.
You
I'm
say
gonna
no
move
and then
here.
say thank you all for your comment.
Pay because there's already one there,
Right.
which has been camping over there, causing problems. I'm gonna pay a gold. I keep forgetting to leave my resources here, but now it really doesn't matter whether they're there or not.
Right, because you have a distinct lack of
yeah,
them.
and I'm gonna go here.
Okay, so that will give you 1 bump up the red track for blue.
Yep.
So that's 1 more point for blue.
Hey, I'm tied for lead.
Cool. And now every time you do action 5 or 6, you're going to score an additional 3 points. Your goal is to remember that.
Yes.
Megan, you're up.
Okay.
Yes, you can, Chad.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, take care, Franny.
I'm gonna get 3 cocoa.
So it cost you 2 food.
No.
Oh,
She's
she's
getting
getting
cocoa. So
But it's not 3.
So it's the no.
So
It is.
2
It
plus
is.
1.
There you go.
Oh,
It's
it's
1
plus
for every
one.
color
So there's
plus
2
1.
colors plus 1.
There you go. But
Okay.
note, because she took cocoa, she does not get the advancement on her dice.
Right.
Okay. But that is the end of the 4th player's turn, which means the calendar die moves up 1. Boom. Now, you'll see that, wow, this is going to take forever doing this 3 times. Well, if you look, there's a 3, a 3, a 5, a 4. All these ascensions are going to happen, which is, that's going to speed up. Don't forget, you need cocoa for every eclipse, and we are playing the sudden death variant, so as soon as those two meet, you're going to have to pay as well as score. Okay, Jerry.
Right. Move that all the way down to the, I forgot what it's called.
Okay. The noble.
So I have to pay 1.
Yep.
Cost me 2 wood.
Correct.
I go on the second level.
Correct, which is 4 points for black, Adrian. 4 points for black.
Let's kick my 3 up to a 4.
Hold on. This here.
That's right.
There we go. And now the 3 to the 4. There we go. Go ahead. What?
I should have gotten a cocoa for pass and go.
Okay, we'll allow it.
This time.
Here.
Sorry,
there we
it was part of my plan.
Pass and go meaning she passed the palace when she went over there.
Which she
There you
has
go.
the power
Right,
up.
there you go. Right there. Dustin.
Okay, so Edward didn't mention this, but I don't know if he did or not, but I could pay 3
Oh, I did.
cocoa.
Yep.
I missed it because I wasn't listening, but
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. What? Okay.
so I could do that, but I'm not going to do it because it's all my cocoa. So I'm just going to unlock, just basically waste my turn.
So he skips his turn. All 3 of those just move out. Or, like you said, could have paid 3 cocoa to do that and then take his action. But he chose not to. So, Adrian, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna jump 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna get 3 cocoa.
Yep.
Because, wow, I'm
Because
short on
that's what the
everything.
cool kids are doing, apparently.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool kids.
And Megan. Yeah. Hey, at least your Broncos won. My Cowboys
So-
forgot to show up on offense.
Yeah.
So I can move
Well,
this
Broncos
into
made me
lock
nervous.
here.
Absolutely, if you wish.
Yeah, cocoa's good. So
Okay.
that's 4 cocoa.
That would be. It's 3 plus 1. So here.
And then I'm going to pay cocoa to get this. Is
Okay.
that right?
Yep. So that'd be 4 cocoa total. There you go. So you got 5. Sorry, you got
No.
4.
I got 4
paid
cocoa.
1.
And then you paid 1.
I paid 1 for the one I already had.
Right. There you go.
And
And
this
then
is
you
2
take that, which is,
resources.
and you can choose to do that at a later time if you wish.
Okay, then I'll hold on to it.
And then we
Because
refill.
I can just anytime.
There you, on your turn.
Yeah.
That's another mask, which costs 1 wood. And Megan finished her turn. Whoop. Jerry.
Let's move that one up by the other buddies. So I have to pay
1, 2, 3.
pay 1 food,
Yep. 1 color. 2 wood.
2 wood.
Another building. 7 points for black. Adrian?
I thought I said I
And
didn't
then
want to keep giving him points.
Now, 1, because he advances here, he gets to choose here 2 bumps, cost 1 cocoa, or blue and green track or green track respectively.
Mr. Pharisee, they need 1, 2, and 3 need 1 cocoa each. 4 and 5 need 2 cocoa.
There you go,
each.
and it's actually shown right here for the Eclipse stuff.
Yeah.
Is all right there.
I'm spending my 1 cocoa to take
That, and you can get the 2 bumps at your leisure. Those go back. Your marker goes on top, and put that to where folks can see it.
will do.
And now, because he did this row, he
There you
gets 2 bumps. So we're gonna just go ahead and do that for you.
Thank you.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, so that's black and red. You're up. Yeah, tell me about it, Frank. Oof.
I mean, could be worse. You could have been the Lions and
Oh.
really laid an egg on Monday night.
Oh, that looked painful.
You could have been the Bears and had the Packers
Or
with
the
Rodgers hurt.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
1 foot.
Okay, 3 spaces there.
I'll collect
3 cocoa.
cocoa.
Yeah, there were a lot of
Okay.
very big collapses.
Yes. Or if you're
Sunday.
Cleveland, that had to be a kick in the teeth. Go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah, first time. I'm gonna go over to here to this lock. So I spend 1 less than the max of this. Is
Nope,
that how?
nope,
or
nope.
minus 1 up to the amount.
No.
You can spend up to 3 cocoa.
Up to 3. Okay.
For every 1 that you spend, you're going to get
Yeah.
1 stone and 1
I
gold.
was just trying to figure out how many I needed. There's 3, so I'll get 3 stone and 3 gold, right? Or is it
Correct.
either
No,
or?
you're
Okay.
good. You're good. There's no slash.
Okay.
Bring it up so folks can see him. Bring him up. Well, born and bred Cowboy fan, and as an adult, you can't change teams. Ergo, I'm stuck with it whether I wanted to or not. So, Megan.
Right? I'm gonna...
Just like Megan stuck being a Lions fan.
Yay, go Lions! All right.
Yeah, I appreciate you looking past that, Chad. Thanks. Way to be a team player there.
It was easily the most Browns end to a game I could have imagined.
Yeah.
All right,
What's up,
I'm gonna
Tony?
Go there. I'm
Okay.
gonna trade this in for gold and a stone.
Okay, so 1 gold.
I got it over here.
Okay, cool. So
That
now-
cost me no cocoa to go there, and so that's 3 gold.
Okay. So,
Okay.
just so we don't forget, that's going to go there because yellow. Nope. Yes, because yellow is there. this one, that's 4 additional. It's going to be a total of 7 so far. 7 points. And which decoration would you like? And note that this one would look perfect right there.
But it can't go
It
there.
can't go there because that first step isn't built.
Yeah.
Now you could build that first step with something else.
So these cost, when I get these have a
If
cost.
they, yep,
Some are free, but
yes.
Can I look at them?
Absolutely. There's a reason they're face up. Okay.
Points, and this is one to go up in any track. And masks. Okay. So,
Right.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put that there.
Okay, so that's going to be a total of 4, 7, matched 1 symbol, 8 points for yellow.
nice.
Okay, and then you matched one of the blue. The blue means here, which you can remember, it's one of these tiles, or if you don't like them, you can take 1 resource.
Okay. I'm gonna take the
Double bump,
double
which
bump,
costs.
which just costs 1 cocoa.
Okay, and you are what color? You're yellow.
I'm
Oh, I
yellow.
should know this. There. And then you did this,
Yep.
which means there, we've already advanced you here.
Mm-hmm.
And end of Megan's. There, Jerry. Connor, you can always go back and watch in chipmunk mode, i.e. 1.5 or double speed, and then catch back up if you wish. All right.
What do I want to do? Can I move a 5 ahead to the blue track? I'll get 3 gold.
Oh wait.
Yeah, no, right here.
Yep.
1.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So 3 gold because again
He has
somebody
that
listened.
bonus. Yeah,
Right.
that's
And now he would become a 6, but what happens when he becomes a 6? He ascends. So in order, the first thing first is you're going to then move up 1 on the Avenue of the Dead because he did die. He then becomes a 1, comes over here, then choose one of the bonuses, which are out here.
I'm taking 5 food because I.
Okay, so choosing 5 cocoa.
So there's that.
And then because you ascended, the work, whoop, that moves up 1. Done. Dustin, you're up.
I'll move the 2 here.
Again, moving up to 3 spaces. Go for it. You run it.
Okay, and then pay 1 cocoa. So there's 1 there.
Yep.
I will pay 2 stone to build 1 block. I'll put that one in right here. So there's going to be
Hold on. If you're building the second
Second
level,
level,
that's going to
two
cost
stone.
you
Can't do
2
that.
stone and a
Never
wood.
mind.
Take your 1 food back and your 2 stone back that you paid. Take 2 stone and 1 cocoa.
So that's not happening.
So because he's trying to build the second level and somebody has a distinct lack of wood. Yeah.
So I guess we're going to get some wood then.
Okay. All right. So you're
One
going to
wood.
get 1 wood and advance him. All right, Adrian.
I'm going to move my 5 1 space over. I pay a cocoa. And I get 2 wood.
And he ascends because he would become a 6. So first things first is blue is going to advance 1 step. Which would you prefer?
I'll take the green.
Okay, take the green one. Where was he?
He was 1 step there. Right
Right
above.
there?
You know, he's right above the.
Right there.
Yep.
Okay. Then he becomes a 1 down to the palace.
I'm just immediately going to use this.
Okay.
Go up 1 on the
Blue,
green.
which or the green, sorry, which is 1 cocoa, and then choose your bonus.
I'm going to take the 5 cocoa.
Okay. And because he ascended. So, note, at the end of Megan's turn, that's going to move up 1 more. Now, Megan is yellow, so you'll notice she doesn't have a way to ascend. But if she did, if she had a 5-level worker, she could actually trigger it right now and catch everybody, maybe unawares, maybe they prepared for it, I don't know, because we're playing with the sudden death variant.
took a bunch of cocoa.
Smart man. Okay, cool. All right.
So what happens at the ascension?
For the eclipse?
Yeah, I know. So it ends immediately there, and then what do we look at on the board for that?
Oh, for the I'm sorry, for the
Eclipse.
Yeah.
for the Eclipse. So, first things first is it's going to be these number of steps multiplied by that number. Then it's going to be whoever's furthest up this track is going to score 4 points. And then because it's the first eclipse, count how many steps you are times 4 points because it's the first eclipse. Then we're going to reset these. Then we're going to score masks, which it's kind of embarrassing, but not a single one of you have gotten masks. Then we're going to reset this. The black marker will move to there, and then we continue with the next player's turn. Okay?
Okay, but I can't actually end it, and I'm going to. I'm gonna use this fancy doodad.
Okay, which gives you a double bump.
Double
But
bump.
do you want to do that, or do your action in either or, whatever order you want to. You can do it freely on your turn.
He's gonna
Yes, that is normal, Greg. It does move at a pretty good clip.
bump that to 5.
Okay?
And then, as my action, I'm gonna come here. That costs me no cocoa.
Correct?
I will obtain 2 gold. I got gold over here.
Okay. And then as part of the action, he will ascend, or she, as it were, will ascend, which means goes there. So that will go here. Take your bonus.
And it costs 1 cocoa per. 1 cocoa per.
Per worker.
Per worker.
For 1 for value 3 or lower, 2 for value 4 and 5.
Yes,
Okay, so it just cost me 1 for each.
Right now,
So it costs you
one,
three.
one,
Oh, sorry, 1
and
per
1.
each.
Correct.
Yeah,
It'd be
so
3
Yeah,
cocoa
yeah.
total.
That's what I meant. Okay, so I just need 3 cocoa.
So which
So
of the
5
bonuses?
points, 5 cocoa. What's
If you have the extra cocoa,
do,
this is
that's what I was
awfully
thinking.
tempting. 3 cocoa to get 2 bumps, and it can be on the same
Looks like
track
I
if
would
you
have
wish.
enough for that.
Yep, because you got to pay 3.
Yep.
And these things cost.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Chad. About 90 minutes with 4 players. That's about right.
And then how much? What for the masks?
Uh-huh.
How do we score those?
It's 1, the actual scoring, depending on the quantity, it's for 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. It's 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28 points because there's 7 different types of masks.
And they have to be different.
And
Right.
have all different masks. Okay.
If you had 2 of the same mask, would you get like 2 1 points?
Exactly. They would be starting for different sets, correct?
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to spend the 2 cocoa to advance on
It's
2.
3 cocoa.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 cocoa?
It is.
3 for 2 steps. You'll still be okay.
That's okay. 3 cocoa.
Okay, so you get 2 bumps on any mix of tracks that you wish.
So this is 1.
Okay.
Brass is so good, Vince.
And then
And those were just randomly put out
yeah.
along with all the supply over
Okay.
here.
So I'm gonna spend 1 wood
Okay. Oh, we have our first mask. All right. So
for that.
there we go.
That was used.
All
I don't
right,
have to do
so
anything
then-
with that. That
No.
just hangs out.
Yeah,
Then
stays
you
where it is.
ascended, which goes here. You have 1 more bump from your double bump that you
Yes.
have. So you can choose to ascend or to if you're worried about the number of cocoa you have, your only option is changing that 1 to a 2 because otherwise the 3 would turn into a 4, which means it's going to cost you 1 extra cocoa.
Wait,
What are you
changing. Wait,
ascending?
I'm sorry?
For,
No. Not ascending, but when this meets, which is going to happen at the end of her turn, okay, you have 1 more bump from the double bump tile. Go ahead and flip it back over. So
No, I
fix-
didn't. I flipped this guy.
Oh,
already.
did you?
Yeah.
Never
I already
mind. Carry
flipped that
on.
one.
I apologize. Never mind.
But I think
So-
I think you do have 1 more move up the temple, don't you?
I do, yeah. So that's what I'm deciding, and I'm gonna go up on
That's what it is.
the blue,
Which is
and it's
2
2
resources.
resources.
okay. That's where I
So
got confused.
I'm gonna
I apologize.
get 2 stone.
Okay. Now that's the end of Megan's turn. Now, normally, what would happen here, because these 2 have met, because she's the 4th player, everybody would take 1 additional turn, then we would go into an eclipse, because we're playing the heavy cardboard, i.e. Dark Eclipse, happens immediately. So we're going into an eclipse. Here's what happens. Victory points based on the lowest number available or shown. That's 3 points per. It's going to be 3 points for yellow, 6 for red, 9 for blue, 12 for black. Then, whoever's furthest along this track, if tied, they both would get the full value. In this case, Megan gets 4 points.
Yeah, that's why I ended it. It was because
Okay.
I was top.
Then, because this is the first eclipse, it's 4 points per step. So 4 for black, 8 for rojo, 12 for blue, and a big 16 for yellow.
Nice.
So,
Now, unlike this track, this does reset now. Okay? So there's that. Then we score masks, or in this case, Megan scores
My
for
mask.
one mask, which is 1 mask, 1 point. Then everybody must pay for your workers. Do this in turn order so everybody can
Okay.
see it.
All right.
So we have black up first.
I've got 2, 4, and then 5.
Yep, 5
Which is-
cocoa.
Which is what I had.
There we go.
I have
And
1, 2, 3.
okay, Adrian
I have 3 as well. I'm gonna need some change, please.
and Megan.
and then I have 3.
There we go. Everyone is paid for your workers. Now reset the white disc. And now because we're going into the second phase, that drops 1. Now, it will have started there for 3 players. It starts there for 2 players, and it gets lower 1 step each time as well. And we go into the second. Megan ended that, so we begin with Jerry. There we go. Hey, Rand, welcome, man.
If it's not going to be me ending it, I'd rather
By
it be
4.
Megan, because that way it doesn't cost
Here?
me a turn.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Samo,
So I
the
get
changes,
5
there are dummy players
right?
for blocker
5 cocoa,
workers out here as well,
I
which
took-
are randomly done, much like in Zolkin with these. The dummy players move after every eclipse. Okay, done?
Done.
Now that I got my wood, I'll go there.
Okay, so
Big
what?
one.
Okay,
Build that one at 2nd level, so it'll be 1 wood, 2 stone. Now I'll place it here. So that's going to be 3 points plus another 3. Right?
okay. If you're matching up 3 of them, which you are, that's going to be a total of 6 for red, 6 points.
Megan,
Sorry.
just move to your corner.
And then he's going to advance 1 on the red track, which is 1 more point for red. And then there, red built there, and refill, boom, done. Adrian.
There's a lot of heavy sign coming from here.
So much heavy size. Don't mock me. I'm going to come over here.
Chance of that.
I'm going to spend 1 cocoa because it's already here. I'm going to spend 2 wood. I'm going to build a house. It has to go here. That's 2 points. And I go,
Hold on. You're blue, right?
yes.
2 plus 3,
Ah.
3 more. Then 1 on the Avenue of the Dead for blue.
No,
Did you-
I did. I did. I
Oh,
just
you did?
yeah.
Okay. There's a reason we do this systematically so we don't mess this up. And then he becomes a 2. Megan, you're up. Because there's a lot of little steps in each of
Yeah.
these. It's easy to forget these. So that's why I stress to players, do it systematically in the same order every time, and it becomes second nature.
Okay.
Hey, Rainer, if you don't want to answer this, that's okay. But I am curious. For those that don't know, I know the MSRP on this game is $50. I know it's available for pre-order for $35 from particular online game stores available for the pre-order. I'm curious, Rainer, what's the print size on this? If you don't want to say, you don't have to. I'm just curious. I'm trying to stall for you, Megan.
I know.
Trying
I'm
really
sorry. I was also listening to you.
She's like, wait, wait, 35,
something?
$35.
Ask those
Okay.
questions.
Right, sorry, my bad.
Okay, so I need lots of things. I'm just gonna lock up that in
Okay,
red,
okay.
and that doesn't cost me anything, right?
It doesn't unless you want to take both of those, then it
But
would
I
cost you 1 cocoa,
don't
which you
cocoa.
do not have, so moving up there, which is 1 point. And it does not advance because you worshipped instead.
Yep.
Advance that 1 turn. Jerry.
Can I get that 4 from the middle? Just move it over here. So I get 3, 2 plus my 1.
Yep. And advance him.
done.
Okay, I'll move the 3 here.
Hold on. That way. A 1. There you go. All right.
I'll pay 1.
Yep.
And I'll pay 1 gold to put one of my markers on this, which Edward sold me on it. It took a while. But sorry, sale.
So now, because there's somebody already there, everybody that is there scores 3 points, meaning, or that was previously there, i.e. black. But now red also advances on the green track because of the temple.
Right there.
Okay, so red advances up, which is going to be 1 cocoa. And advance one of your die. One of your dice, sorry.
They're wood, aren't they?
Yeah, these are wood. They're screen printed wood. And the cocoa's cardboard. Yep. So here, real quick. So we have wood, wood, wood. You guys can't see that. All the resources are wood. The cocoa is cardboard. The discs are all wood. The buildings are wood. The dice are just regular dice. The pyramid tiles are wood, and the steps, the decorations are cardboard. I think that pretty much covers it. And then thick cardboard for everything that is. So,
Yeah.
okay.
And these tiles are nice and thick too.
Yeah, they are. They're if you guys, I mean, they're light. They're a very light wood, which helps with shipping, I imagine. But yes.
What makes the
Alright.
pyramid
Is it my
look
turn?
taller? Yeah.
1, 2, 3. No.
No. Well, there you go, Rainer. Thanks for answering that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Because it's a 1.
Adam says I got the last one from Miniature Market. Sorry. Glory to Adam. Oh, and the game has already been reprinted. Nice.
I'm gonna go 1.
Which is
And the
pretty
cocoa
amazing.
because it's only
considering
1 color,
it hasn't
right?
even
Yes.
come out yet.
Okay.
It deserves it though.
Right.
Then I'm gonna spend a gold, and I'm also gonna get in on this resource train. So you
So-
each get 3 points.
So black, clean it up. 3 points for black, 3 for red. And did you go up the green track already? So here?
No.
All right. So now blue. Don't forget, you have an option of 1 cocoa if you don't like either of those options.
I only have to pay this when
When you take
I
it.
take it right now. I have
Yeah,
to pay it.
you do. Can I see the coin real quick?
Yeah.
It has a
Yeah.
has a little plan better
yeah.
on it.
And my
I'm
level 1
just-
guy can't get wood.
I'm
and
just
I
well, hey, that's hey. Okay. So what tile did you take?
I took the pay a cocoa and go, or pay the cocoa now.
There you go.
Sorry. And I can go up whenever I would like on any of the tracks.
Correct. And blue becomes a 2 now.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and
Use that.
use this
Okay.
to go up on the blue track.
Which wait for it. Gets 1 wood,
And I'm gonna get a wood.
which alas does not help you. with
No,
what
it
the
doesn't
action
help me
was.
with what the problem I had earlier,
Right.
but it helps me with the future problem.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right, Megan.
I'm going to lock this up.
All right.
I'm going to go up on the green track.
2 cocoa.
I get 2 cocoa. It's about to steal your cocoa.
You know,
Now, important to note, again, because you did not have the cocoa, you cannot take both actions beforehand.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, so,
Timer.
yep, thank you. Jerry, cool, my job, I've been replaced. I can just sit and hang out
Yeah,
with chat now.
that's easy.
Good deal, all right.
can I take my 1
No.
to there? Cost me 1
Don't
food,
do that when I'm drinking, please. All right.
and I get to. That kind of sucks, doesn't it?
2 stone. No, just 1 stone.
That'd be 2 stone.
So 2 stones because I have the.
Oh,
Yep.
that's right.
There you go, yep. You got 1 over there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
And bump 1. Are you ascending or? Nope. All right.
Just waiting.
Let's move 1.
Adam
You got
says,
that 2 stone? The 2 wood, I mean?
he says he almost single-handedly matched the brides and bribes. 12 Glory to Rome count just from the peanut gallery cussing him because he bought the last copy from Miniature Market. That's pretty funny. All right.
Yeah, I'm stuck here.
Did I screw you again?
I warned you.
Yeah.
I have been talking about this game since March. The first person I hear say something negative about the game that's played it will be the first. That's just a fact.
So I guess it's plan better or multiple levels.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
It's your turn again.
No.
It's like, I'm not ready. Adrian is what you might call a deliberate
It takes a cocoa to kick somebody out of a spot, right?
Out of a lock spot?
Yeah.
It does, in fact, take one cocoa, which you do not have.
No.
Reference the coin, sir.
Yeah, I think it's about time for me to have the coin. I've been hanging on for so long. Like, no, I don't quite need it. Things are still working.
Oh, Tina, I'm sorry to hear that.
And the worship ones don't count. Man, you guys are just joiks. 1, 2, 3, and I will get 2 cocoa, please.
Correct. A 1, a cocoa. 2, like the count.
Yes.
I'm just going to unlock them for freezies.
All right, and done. Advance. There we go. Jerry, you're up.
Oh, I wanted more time to think.
So here, while you're thinking, real quick, if you guys are enjoying this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And real quick, down in,
five
let
in
me
that
point.
we
Where is
just
it?
unlocked
I
it
can't.
there.
There.
Okay, so you get 6 cocoa.
If you look right here, pledgehc.com if you want to support the show. Really appreciate it, y'all.
Stocking up there.
You're like the resource man.
Everything.
Hold on. The goal of the game is not to get resources.
It looks cool though.
It does.
He's got more resources than like the 2 of us combined.
I seen like the
He's got
walls
more
on your
resources
screen,
than
so
the 3 of us
now.
combined.
I'm not borrowing.
Wow. I think he has more than the supply has, actually. So,
It's piece limited, right?
but not
I know.
exactly, because there are the 5-time markers here. So
I got
not really.
something else to go for then.
Right.
So you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, anything
Brutal.
I want to make it work sometime.
All right. Let's move this guy onto the gold over there.
All right. A 4. All right.
And I'll get 2 gold.
No,
3
so you
gold?
will get 3 gold
Oh,
because you
sure.
were
3
here.
gold. Remember that.
And he becomes a 5. Boom, done, Adrian.
Yes.
Is there space open?
It is. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Nah, I'll leave that guy
False
back
start.
I'm going to go 1,
Adrian.
2. I'm still
Okay.
going to the same space. I'm just
Wow.
too much die, jeez. I'm going to spend 2 stone and a wood. I'm going to build this tile right. Oop.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to build it right here in this spot, which, so it's 3 points.
Yep.
And then it covers 1, 2, 3, which makes it 6 points.
And blue is, nope, that's it. So 6 points for
Yep.
blue.
And then I go up on the blue track. I just did that.
Okay,
And then
gotcha.
I go up on the blue.
I'm not used to you doing things in the right
I
order.
know,
I
I'm trying to
apologize, so
learn.
go ahead.
I want to be a better person, Edward. And I'm going to take a...
Take more than that. Okay, all right, good. Megan, you're up.
All right.
And did you bump your worker?
I did not do that yet.
Okay, there we go.
All right. I'm going to get more cocoa. So I'm going to get 4 cocoa.
That does appear for Coco.
So I was glad you didn't move that one, Adrian. Thank
All right.
So
Nice.
moving that up.
There you go.
This is my life, Alex.
I'm gonna go down there, pay 1 cocoa,
Okay.
pay 2 gold
Mm-hmm.
to do. What do I want to do? I want both of them actually. Knock some stuff over. I'll go there.
All right. So you will go up 1 on the red track for black. That'll be 1 point for black. And does not advance his die because it's a single die doing the bottom action, so he does not bump 1
Okay.
there. Okay. Dustin. I am Garoff. I'm very nice.
This game actually goes
I'll
pretty,
go here.
it moves pretty quick.
It really does, right? All right. So,
3 gold.
okay. So red is going to build 1 there. Choose.
I'll take this one.
So that's going to be 1 match, plus that is 4 points for red. Okay, then you matched the blue symbol. So the blue, you are red, which means goes up here, which your options are 4 points for 1 wood or a cocoa for 2 bumps, or get 1 resource of your choice.
We'll go with the 2 bumps. For 1
Okay.
cocoa.
All right, there. There's a board behind me for that.
Number 8.
There.
Yeah, he's right.
Sorry, I was just teasing Adrian.
You can
up.
There you go. Right? All right. So there, we've already moved that, and we grief fill there. Done. Adrian.
Okay. I'm going to jump over to here. I spend a cocoa. I spend 1 gold. I jump this over to here,
Okay.
which gives yellow 3 points.
Oh,
I
yay.
didn't know it was a team game. Okay.
Did these guys?
So hold on. Then you bump up the blue track,
Oh, yeah. 1 turn too late.
right? Which means
I-
you can either get 4 points for a. Oh, I'm so sorry. Which means you're going to get 1 resource.
Take a gold, yeah.
Did you even listen to the teach?
Did I? I don't
Wow.
know.
Now you get a
I
bump.
don't know.
There you go. Megan.
Alright. I'm gonna come here. That cost me 2 cocoa. I am going to spend 1 gold and join this party.
Ain't
So
no
everyone
party
goes
like a
up
resource
3.
party. Yep. Everyone not named Yellow.
I should get more for like an early inventor type thing.
You did. You got 9 points.
Well, but I should get more every time.
Wow, greedy. And also get a green bump
Oh, yes.
here,
and then
which
I
is
get
going to
my
be 2
cocoa back.
And bump your worker, please. And advance the turn. Calendar. There we go. Jared.
I don't like going there. It's expensive, but I'm going to do it. So 3 food.
Wow. Whoa, he's got it to burn.
I spend
right.
2.
He's lighting cocoa on fire over here.
Yeah, why
Okay.
not? Spend that to go there.
Okay. So that's going to be 1 bump on the green track, which is 1 cocoa back.
And this time I do bump 1.
Yep. And 1 cocoa you get for
Oh, thank
that.
you. Gotcha.
All right. Dustin.
All right, we'll go here.
Have a good one, Adam.
So the cost. Oh, I can't go there. That's 2.
That would cost 2 gold, correct? You cannot go there. If you cannot take the action unless you're going to worship or to take cocoa, you must take. If you're going to do the main action, you must do the main action. Okay. So Adam mentioned that he has hosting a heavy game con on November 10th, which Marine Corps birthday. I appreciate that on so many levels. So 2 wood. So you guys are noticing that it started out at 5 victory points for
Sure.
every bump.
Yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
down to 2. Okay. So 1 point for red. I'm also looking over here to see if he was on the 2nd technology. He is not. So advances 1 up the track of the dead, which means you're going to get this.
It was very recent, but that reminds me. When I do 5 and 6, and that is 5. I should have gotten 3 points.
Then
thought
take
you-
it.
I thought you did get
in the
it.
game of 8. In the game of.
Wait, when you did?
No.
Oh, for this one. Ah, I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
And now we advance this, which means he ascends. So he becomes a 1. Comes over here. The Avenue of the Dead, and then that's going to bump 1, and then choose 1 special ability. Or 1 bonus, I should say. It's almost like this playthrough's selling a bunch of copies. That's weird how that works. Weird. It's almost like I didn't anticipate this. Yeah, this is...
Okay.
The fact that it's $35 for pre-order is ridiculous.
Oh.
For the production quality of this?
Yeah, I did. And that was the thing I didn't realize until I saw people talk about that in chat. I would have snapped it up sight unseen. For
Should have just
$35.
asked.
Yeah.
Or listen to the show.
It's a waste of money, but I'm just going to take the bump up the,
I get it. All right, what now?
the bump up the blue track.
For this?
No, for the Ascension.
Okay. Okay, so bumping up the blue track, which is going to be, thank you, which is 2 resources of your choice.
I'll take woods.
Okay. That it? Do you want
Actually, a
to?
wood and a gold.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and bump that up.
Okay, so bumping up the blue track again, spending that, which that's going to be 2 more resources of your choice.
Get a stone.
Gold and a stone, and done. All right, Adrian.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do, because I think this works.
Nice, Garoff.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go here. Do I still have to pay? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Separate
That's
individual
what I thought.
thing.
Just making sure.
You're good. You're good.
I'm gonna spend the cocoa to do both. I'm gonna do
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
This first.
Yep.
Oh, it doesn't count it. Yeah, no. So then I get 2 resources.
Or you can-
One of them's going to be a wood.
Rainer, you're going to have to correct me on this, but I believe you have. Yes, I believe you can because you're doing both. You're choosing to do this one first, get your 2 resources, and then you've
Spend
already
the
spent the
resource.
cocoa to spend the 1 wood to be able to claim your mask. I
Yeah.
believe that's allowed, and so Rainer will have to correct me if I'm wrong
Okay.
on that. Okay.
Well, if he's wrong, then I'll glory to Roman.
Okay. Well, it's not really his fault. He's just the publisher. All right. So here we're gonna keep this face down. And Rainer, if so, then we'll turn that face up. Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right, Megan, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna come here and get
1 cocoa.
spend.
Yep.
Not get, but spend 1 cocoa. I'm gonna get 3 wood. 'Cause
Correct.
I'm in the 2, and then I'm on the bonus. Can you hand me 2 of those wood, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Ah.
there we go.
Wait, correct about what?
Yep, that
Yep,
you
so you
can.
can.
Yes,
Okay.
that you can.
Yes,
So
you
if so,
can.
flip that tile up. Another mask. Turn it the other way, please. Thank you.
Question.
Answer.
Using that to unlock, obviously if I bump up that to a 6, does he come out of the lock position and go back?
Yeah. So the question is, with that tile, which is the double bump, if you wanted to ascend him, he dies locked, comes back unlocked because he's a
Back
new
at the bottom.
right. Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, going there, spending a food, taking 3 wood, or 2 wood, sorry.
2 wood. Yep.
And then turning this to a 4, wherever that is. I'm done.
There we go. Dustin,
Okay, I'm gonna move this guy to the corner.
over here.
Yeah.
1 cocoa.
Oh, can I do this first to bump him up and then move him?
Sure.
All right. So
Yep.
he would
You
go,
can do that at any time on your turn. So
he'd go to
he becomes a
4. Okay.
okay. Double bumping the same worker from a okay. So he's a here.
right.
You bump him once to a 3, then bump him again to a
Right.
4 using that. Then you're going to move him for the action.
Not relevant to his turn, but relevant to his question. You can only bump unlocked workers.
Ah, there you go. Thank you, Rainer.
Because that would be a super awesome move.
That would
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's
yeah.
one thing I've gotten wrong. I apologize. So now you move. Now you're going to take your action. You paid your 1 cocoa.
Yes.
So 2 here. That's going to be 2 points for red
4 gold.
and 4 gold because of that. Somebody listens finally. And which would you like to bump now?
4.
Everything hurts.
And Adrian.
I don't want it. Actually, yeah, no, I don't want it.
I appreciate that, Brian. Says much like the tabletop effect back in the day, we're experiencing the heavy cardboard effect. Say that more, Brian. Spread that word. I like that. I appreciate it. Okay.
All right, well, screw it. Why not? 1, 2, 3, over to here where I can bump something. I'm going to bump this to get 2 resources. I'm going to get 2 wood.
Okay, real quick, just to be able to vocalize this, every icon, mask, and symbol comes from buildings, temples, and murals in Teotihuacan.
Awesome.
So one interesting, so I didn't know the history of this. I thought it was Mayan, honestly. Come to find out, when the Mayans came to be, they discovered the ruin of Teotihuacan. So this is way pre-Mayan.
That's cool.
So I found that interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very
all right, go ahead, Megan.
I think that's really awesome, especially since there's been a couple games recently that have gotten kind of called
Right.
out for
Not
Not
cultural appropriation, I think
Yeah,
is a
well,
good way to put it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not doing the due diligence
No.
of researching what art and things
This
they're
is what I
putting.
know. All right, so I have a question.
I have an answer, Megan.
I don't know if
Oh,
it pertains.
hold on. Serious Megan is serious.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I
hope you're right,
use
Chad.
this one and covered up a blue, I don't get it because I didn't play blue, correct? It's only
Bingo.
what you play.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not getting any bumps on the temple,
Right. No
is a
colors.
good way to explain it, because there are no colored ones.
Yep. No, that's okay. I can live with that decision.
Okay.
So I think I can only get a max of 2 points from any of these.
Appreciate that, Sean. Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
I think that started
tier level 2.
with Food
so
Chain Magnate for
2
us.
wood.
Oh, yeah.
Or 2 stone and a wood.
I lost.
I'm gonna go here, so that'll be 3 points.
Plus 3
is 6.
And no extra over there, so it's
No.
6 for yellow. And so you got this. This is going to be a bump. Yellow built there. And done. All
My
right.
shelf and my PayPal say the heavy cardboard effect is real.
All right. Nice. Nice.
And
It's
this
definitely.
goes up, right?
All right, I'm gonna
It does.
go.
Yep, you're good.
Culture.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, just make sure.
All right. So
Yeah, I know. I got
Does anyone else need anything?
I'm
No,
good.
thank you.
strategy I need.
If only you had more resources.
I know.
Oh, wait.
I'm debating stopping again.
Talking about you can do everything.
Nice. Appreciate the support, Sean. Everybody, be like Sean. Sean's great in my book. I'll be honest. Most of chat is patrons.
Yeah.
So I very much appreciate that, y'all.
Spending 1.
Okay. Don't forget, finishing the temple, especially
game.
with this, can end the game. So if you are with black, real quick, black is on that
Yes.
technology, which means there's always one virtual die here for
Yep.
him. Does not count for having to pay Coco, so it means he can build 2 tiles. Okay?
Mhm.
So if you get that and you start hammering this out, you can build that temple awfully quick.
And it gives him a free resource as well, either a stone or a wood on one of the
On
tiles.
one of the builds,
I'm going to
correct.
build this on a level 2.
When he's building that, does it also, you have to build up the steps also? Or just the big tiles?
No, just the big tiles.
Okay.
So to build level 2, I'm going to pay
That's a good question. Okay.
2.
Okay. And not paying the wood because he gets a discount of one of the builds.
Yep.
Okay.
So that'll drop in there and give me just 2.
So that's going to be a total of 5 points for black.
50.
Now,
Nice.
there you go. Now he also is there, so he's going to bump up 1 for black.
What is that one?
That's the mask.
Sure, why not? I'll take 1. Get started late.
All right. So that's 1 wood.
Yep, there's my wood.
Okay. So that is one of the builds. You cannot use a discount for this one now,
And let's
although he has a plethora
AFA.
of resources.
2 and 2.
Whoa, Christopher. Whoa. All right.
Ouch.
So
Nice. Mr. Farazi, I think is how you say that, says I'll be adding, a Pharisee is adding to the Patreon this paycheck. Very much appreciate
So
that.
I'm going
Thank you.
to spend that for level 2,
Okay.
which is going here.
Okay. And that matched 1, it looked like.
I think 2, right? I can tell from here. Those are 2.
Yes, that will be
Yeah,
2. You're right. So it's going to be a total of 5 points.
Okay.
Now, because you already took the discount and you already got the bump from the first build, you do not get them again.
Understood.
So you built 2 here for black, which is going to go, hold on, that is the first build there. So black is going to go there. Black then, this is going to ascend, but so I don't forget, there. So he will then ascend, goes there. This will bump there. And black is going to move up 1, the Avenue of the Dead, and then take your bonus, sir. Don't forget to plug back in.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I need food again. That's a bad place to be.
I appreciate that, Rand. Yeah, the annuals are going to be getting emails here very, very soon, i.e. tomorrow, probably.
I'm going to take 2 food, and I'm going to take my worker.
Okay, so it's another mouth to feed, but it gives more options. Or if he makes it up here, it's going to be a considerable amount of points for every worker based on their pit value. And finally,
Your turn,
dude,
sir.
that
was the first time.
Yeah, it's all
I'll
right.
move the 1 to that one. And so I'll get 1 point.
And
Yep.
1 stone.
And 1
1
stone. Again, because he's here, even though he didn't get a stone, he took it at the stone quarry.
Can you bump that up to 2 for me?
And Adrian, you're up.
I'm going to spend a turn and just.
Okay, boom, done.
All
Perfect timing, Megan.
Right. I'm gonna go. Shoot. That would cost 3.
Take care,
This
Armo.
would cost 2.
Thanks for hanging.
Oh, it would cost 2?
It's color, not dice.
That's right. I'm gonna do it. Get you all unawares.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That will be the end of the round.
So that cost me 2
That's a
foods to
problem.
go there.
That's it.
So I get
Keep it on camera.
I get 3 gold.
So here, so that's 3 gold.
Well, so much for having a chance of winning this game.
All right, and then
She did this to me last game.
she ascends. So
I
there,
ascend.
So-
I go home.
there. So you are yellow. That is going to go here.
No,
Choose your
no.
bonus.
Should have let you think it cost
Oh, ooh. Ah. This costs what? Those are expensive ones. I don't have an extra food.
Oh.
He said the smallest violin in the world, playing "My Heart Bleeds for
Okay.
You."
Some wine with that cheese.
Or I
cheese
could
with
get
that wine.
5 cocoa would not be a bad way to start. I'm gonna do 5 cocoa.
All right, 5 cocoa. Boom, done. That's the end of your turn, which then means this advances. And again, because the sudden death, here we go. So 2 points times this. So 4 for yellow,
Go yellow.
4, 6, 8 for red and blue, respectively. Blue's right here. And 10 for black. There. Then 4 for the most advanced, which is red and black. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. These then, it's the second Eclipse, which is 3 points per. So it's 3 for yellow and blue. That makes it easy. And then it'll be 6 for black and red. And 6 to there. These now reset. Then score masks. So start player order. What do we got?
1.
1 for black. Red. Adrian.
1.
Oh, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yep.
There you go. And Megan.
1.
That'd be 1 there.
We didn't do
Now pay for your workers. Black.
All right. So I have 2 4s and 5s,
2, 4, 5, 6.
3, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
you heard me
Dustin,
That hurt.
1. And then I
I was
have
gonna make my guys
4.
retire.
right. So
which you don't have, which means you lose 3 victory points per. That's 6 back for red.
but I thought I got all this gold. It seems like that should be.
Can't eat gold.
Can't eat gold, right? Exactly. Adrian,
I have no cocoa, so I go back 9 points.
that's not German for no points. That is.
9.
Can it please be 9?
And Megan,
I have 3 cocoa.
she's like, oh, I have 3.
was
What a
easy.
problem at? So there we go. So now we're going to reset this. That drops. This goes back. And when these two touch again,
I had a chance.
we'll do a final eclipse. Then if anybody has reached these, they'll get final scoring. Game ends. Or if the
Stuck
temple
two
is
people
built.
with No cocoa on that.
So Megan
I don't
triggered
feel
that.
bad.
So Jerry begins.
Take it back. I don't like it when Megan triggers the end.
I'm going there.
All right.
So I get to build twice.
It does because of that tile down there.
I didn't look at what I want. I definitely want this one. Level 3 is going to cost me 2 wood and 1 stone on my discount. So that is 7 points. For
Okay.
black.
7 for black.
Yep.
7 to 83.
And then blue moves up 1.
Okay, blue, oh, welcome to the temple, which is 1 resource of your choice.
I need resources, so that's good. There's a great.
All right.
Yeah, it was false sense of security I'm lulling them all into here.
Yeah, right. All right, so that's 1 of your build, and you paid the 2 wood and the 2 stone.
I took a discount, so I paid
Okay,
1
all
less.
right.
I'm just going to build a bottom level.
Okay,
And I
which
have
is going to be 2 stone.
and 1 wood.
Nope,
Oh,
not
no.
if it's a bottom level.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. So that's 1 plus how many?
3.
Okay, so that's 4 more points for black. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you also get the bump on 1 track that you wish. Looking awfully low on cocoa.
Chad, I
Yeah,
believe
that's
it's
a good
because
idea.
it's
Let's
3
do that.
points back per
So-
dice you can't feed.
Correct.
Not per cocoa, you can't.
Correct. It's per die.
Yeah.
Per mouth that you
that'd
do
be
not feed. That
brutal
that
if it was
will-
3 cocoa.
playing better. Okay.
And finally, move me up 2 for the houses.
There you go. And you are black.
Yeah.
There we go. And did you bump?
Nope,
Did
didn't-
not.
didn't.
So we are up to 5. There. Done. Dustin. And refill. Oh, there it is.
And
I have a
feel-
thing covered.
All right. Yep. Fun fact says this game, in fact, looks fun.
Let's
Nice.
move the 5 over to there.
You're red
Yeah,
here to there.
yeah, and I'll collect
5 cocoa. I'm sorry, 4
Four.
cocoa. 3 different colors plus 1, 4 cocoa.
Well, you kicked me out for 6 minus 1.
Right, yeah. And Adrian.
It's a day late and several dollars short, but I'm going to
Oh.
get 5 cocoa.
Hold on, I advanced blue on the green track instead of black. Thank you. Good looking out, Christopher. Appreciate it.
I need help. Thanks.
You're like way up there.
Is it? Hold on. Actually, hold on.
Don't need help.
Let's stop real quick. Let me. I need to double check something
I need
real
food.
quick. For each cocoa a player is unwilling or unable to pay,
Oh my god.
that player loses 3 victory points.
Good
My
work.
bad.
So you were short 4 on 2 workers. You went back 6. You need to go back another 6.
Yep, 6
I'm
more.
so
So
sorry.
sorry about that.
Wait, no, you went back. You went back.
And I'm this right because I was only short 3 cocoa because I
So
was
it's
at
9.
1. So
So
I
you-
was
you were
right.
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
And so it didn't actually hurt me more.
Who in the world pointed out that? We need to ban that.
So the ultimate rules lawyer, and I mean that in a good way, Christopher Clark is invaluable. He's
Yeah, he's
always
great.
sharp on the streams for this. So Christopher, thanks for
It's your
correcting
turn,
that.
Megan.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
per cocoa, not unpaid worker. Thank you. Gotcha. Grav. Golly, that hurts. Did
Well, hey, I'm not last anymore.
you
So,
so far? It's early.
currently.
All right. All right.
Okay. I want more.
Now this is okay. This is where I want to point out that the sudden death
Oh.
variant that we're playing
It's brutal.
it
Okay.
is punitive.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
welcome to Heavy Cardboard.
Yeah, well, because I was kind of setting up. I just pulled all my workers back. I was planning on getting a bunch of cocoa. So if it had been the normal variant, I would have had.
You
one
would
more
have had.
turn. I'd have gotten. plenty
This
of
costs
food.
me 1 cocoa.
And that would
That would be 3 gold.
Yep. So that's
And-
going to be a total of 7 plus points.
Yep. And
Glory to Coco. Glory to Rome for Christopher.
And I don't think this is the kind of cocoa you eat. These workers are busy building things.
I don't need work. I don't need food. Just do more coke so I can work more hours, so I can make more money, so I can
And
do
buy
more
more
coke,
coke,
so
yeah.
I can. Right. Yeah.
AKA the 80s.
Right. So I got 2 things wrong, and that irritates me. But at least we corrected it.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
4 plus 3 is 7.
Plus 1.
Is 8 points
So
for
8
yellow.
points for yellow. And
Eight.
then I go up on the green track,
Okay.
which I'm going to buy one of these fancy masks.
Okay. They
They're
are
the
expensive.
same. It's okay. I have cocoa and wood.
Right. She's like, yeah, look, I got it to spare. What? Awesome. All right, so we got that. We now bump the yellow
Yellow
worker
to 3.
to
please.
3, and we refill here, and yellow goes there. And Mr. 9 points. It's your turn.
Why do you hurt me?
You only heard the one you love.
Yeah, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I see. I was trying.
Yeah.
Trying.
Fair point.
Okay.
It's just like it is all the way back.
Oh. I mean, that's not exactly what I was saying.
Right.
but-
That's
I'm gonna go in there.
cocoa, not
Yeah.
cocoa.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm paying 1.
In case you're wondering.
I know.
I'm gonna get
Also, coca tea is really tasty.
2 stone,
It is.
It's really good.
and then this
Bump.
goes to a 4, and
One more. There you go. There.
Somewhere
All
in there.
Dustin.
I'll move the 5 into there. And I'm just going to collect 5.
Yep, that would be 5 cocoa.
That's what I just did.
Yep,
Yeah,
there you
the
go.
turn before.
Now,
No way.
Adrian, now, Mr. 9.
Yeah, look at the stack now. We're not messing around.
Yeah, what, like 2 turns
Right.
late.
Hold on. Look at all that gold. Just saying. End of the game is there. Spend it if you got it.
Yeah.
Can't take it with y'all. Adrian?
Yeah, I'm going to go 1, 2.
It must have all been 12-year-old girls then, Brian. I get made fun of because at Starbucks, half the time I get London Fogs, the other half I get Mocha Fraps. And I was told at Gen Con only 12-year-old girls drink Mocha Fraps. So I guess I'm a 12-year-old girl. So be it.
There's
It's
worse
fine.
things to be.
Right?
Like me in this game. I'm
That's a good question, Adam. I've never asked that, but I'm really curious as well. All right. I
We go
hope,
there.
I hope it's the latter or the former.
There's
The former.
1, 2.
Okay, so you have 1 die there, so 4 spaces. Hold on. This is the last one that can be built on the
Yeah.
first level, so that's 1 point for blue.
I have the special space, which gets me an additional 3.
So
I get
4 points to, don't want to short you that there. 1 up the Avenue of the Dead, and that bumps to
A 4.
a 4. Megan,
I have a question. Can I move from this space into the lock space?
one more time.
Can I move
You
here?
cannot.
Okay.
When you went there, that was the choice. By the way, somebody's talking about the sacrifices. If you look close, and if I remember at the end of the game, I will zoom in. There are little Easter eggs all through the artwork.
Yeah.
They're actually, this is the
There's some
sacrifice
sacrifice,
space right
yeah.
here. Okay. Adrian, do you even Teotihuacan? bro?
Apparently not.
All right. Keep pounding them beers.
Not well.
So I'm curious. So Peanut Gallery, you guys enjoying this and following along, making sense?
I'm going to.
Learning from Adrian what not to do?
I'm gonna go there for free. I'm gonna get 2 gold, and then I'm gonna bump 3, 4.
And
The don't run out of cocoa is going to become the new don't run out of nogs.
One there. Spending 1,
okay, so he's going up the green track. So black is getting 2 cocoa.
and I get that,
Okay,
and then 2 cocoa back.
boom, done. There you go. Cool.
We'll move one of the 5s
Oh.
to here.
Megan
I'm sorry.
or Adrian.
I
that
was
works too.
planning.
No worries.
And I'll pay 2 gold
Yep.
for...
That's awesome, Christopher. I appreciate it for what it's worth. You know that.
this one.
Nice. I approve of that.
3 points for black, because that's what he needs. You go up the green track for red, which is going to be now there's no tiles left, which is 1 cocoa. And the 5th die, because it's a solo again, does not advance. So, Adrian, you're up.
Yeah, this has become very problematic. I'm
Cool.
going to spend
Glad to hear it. Vincent, Frank?
2 cocoa to go there. It's a 1 and it's a 4, so I get 2,
3.
and then I get 1 for my bonus one. Just doing it in the order.
Thank you. I'm just not used to it. I
I know.
apologize.
And then
And a
activate
bump.
grows to
There
a
you go. All right, Megan.
Okay.
Come on, Greg.
Right. And thank you, Adam. Says, I've learned how not to read rule books. It's called Heavy Cardboard Teach and Playthroughs. Appreciate it. Here, I can plug this. By the way, so my teaching notes
Is
that
there
I
a space
spend
for
anywhere
you?
from like 6 to 10 hours preparing for each stream, or most streams. All of our $10 and up patrons get access to all my teaching notes. So there's that.
So that's no cocoa. That's 3 gold. I'm going to get one of these red ones.
Okay.
Narrow it down.
Yeah, right. One of
It's only,
everything.
it's only this
right.
one
Yeah.
I can
okay.
take.
Yeah, why couldn't they have collaborated with Martin
So I can
Wallace?
put it
just take
here?
a loan.
Okay,
And
so
so-
that's 1, 5,
But
8.
if you actually take the second one, where his finger is, I think you get an extra point, don't
Nope.
No, because it's turned.
It's
in.
backwards. It's the
Oh.
opposite. So
Well,
that's
that's a good example of now.
there you go. 8 points. So to 83
And then
there.
red bumps up.
Correct. Which is going to be another 2 points there. I'm glad
And
somebody
then
listened.
Can you bump my guy up to 4, please?
I can, and we will refill. There we go. Done. And advance. All right.
Can you kick the 5 up to that corner?
Here.
The gold corner.
To there.
Cost me a food.
Right. 3 gold.
Yep.
And he ascends. So ascending goes there. This goes there. Black, now your choice of tiles between these two.
Ooh.
This one
I passed here.
acts like a virtual die in any of those 3 locations.
I think so. I'm gonna take the bottom one.
Black goes there. Take your bonus.
Taking 5 because I never have enough food.
Okay. And we've already advanced.
See which strategy working, which Adrian.
Done. All right. What's up now, Adrian?
No. So I when I moved this one across here, just 2 brief people ago, I have the idea.
Well, hold on. Has the game state changed since your last turn?
No.
You sure?
No.
For Coco.
There. All right. Cool. All right.
And
Dustin.
then,
Let's
and
move
then
the 5
Megan was
over here.
cackling at the which strategies about Adrian.
Okay, hold on, wait. The top right space needs to be refilled. I think we got it already. Okay, we're good. Now what now?
The 5.
The red 5
Yeah.
coming over here.
Yep.
Which 1 cocoa?
2 cocoa.
1 cocoa and 2 gold.
That's right.
Okay. And
And we can move Jerry again because I'm gonna put that one there.
3 more. Wow. So, moral of the story:
Yeah,
if
get
you're
on
going to
those
do
early and
technologies,
often,
he's gotten, I think, 15 free points from other players. I think, if my math is right. So that's going to be up the red track for red, which is going to be an additional 1 point for red. And because red is, that's it. And bump one of those,
Yeah.
which means they're going to ascend.
No, they don't bump because I use this.
He used the
No,
this
you
one.
have 2 dice.
You
there.
have 2 dice.
Oh.
2 workers.
Two
Do you
dice.
have to do that? Oh, me killing the smalls. I didn't know that. All
So,
right,
ascension, there,
It's definitely
There.
the table, Michael.
and 1 there. Okay.
All right, let's move the red up the blue track.
The red up the blue track, which means that's going to be 2 points for red.
Catching up to me.
And
Playing for
that's
the race,
done.
by the way,
Adrian,
in case
you're up.
anybody
Don't
hadn't
forget to
learned.
plug back
Better
in.
plan for last.
I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you very much. MBO says I'm ready for my pre-order to come for this one. Now, the camera, I assure you, isn't moving. Yeah, it's the table that moves a little bit when Adrian gets excited and jumps all over the table.
Which
Often.
early and often. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
2 wood
2 wood.
and done. Megan.
Can
Yeah,
you
I got you. Yep.
put that there?
1
So I
cocoa?
will get
1 cocoa. 3 gold.
I will get 4 gold and 2 points. Because I
You are
hit
correct.
in that spot.
So 2 points for yellow.
4
4 gold. 1 of those advances. Whoop. There. And we're getting dangerously close to the end of the game, y'all.
Uh-huh.
Get cocoa. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going 1, 2, 3.
And I don't mean the late night talk show host. All right, there we go. So you have a virtual worker, which means 2 tiles.
Yep. I want to so I can build.
Yeah, I agree.
So many problems.
Good luck with the shoulder replacement. That just sounds painful.
Right?
Having torn a labrum in one shoulder from baseball and a rotator cuff in the other shoulder from baseball, I can relate how much that hurts.
Going there, spending my discount for 1 and 1.
Okay, so that's 3 points. How many matches?
Just 1.
3. That's 4 points for black. 1, 2, 3,
Megan, have
4.
you built stairs twice this round? They're saying you missed a.
I think I did.
Okay,
I think
my
I
bad.
did. Because I did.
There
I
we
built
go.
these both guys built stairs. Thank you.
Okay. Good catch. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. And for your second build, I assume.
I didn't play that very well, but why not? So I think that one will go.
It looks like 1.
2. Yeah.
7 more builds to finish the pyramid.
So
I
2.
don't think it's going to happen.
2 and 2.
Okay.
Oh, getting pretty
There.
close though.
So
on
that's
it.
going to be a total of 6 points for black. And Eclipse the 100.
And then I get a free.
Yep, up 1 of the tracks for black.
So let's do this one.
Okay, so there and there. And black, which would you like?
What to do?
I'll do red. I'll use it right away.
Okay, so you spending that, which then means black's going to get 2 additional points, please. And that becomes now a 5. You got your bumps there and there.
And you move me up on the black, on the red track to get the 2.
I did.
Okay.
Right
good.
there.
Perfect.
Okay. And Dustin.
Okay, we'll go here.
So that is 1 cocoa. You also have a virtual worker and 1 resource discount and 2 builds.
Yep. But it's not gonna be any good because I don't have enough stone. So I can only build 1. I'm only gonna build 1.
That's not true. You can do a first level and a second level.
Oh,
Yep.
that's right.
First level and a second level, and you can do both.
Yep.
So if that's
You
the
get the
case,
one-
Oh, yeah,
if
that's
that's
right.
what you wish to do,
That's
which
what
I
it is.
assume, so that'll go there.
Okay, so the first level is gonna be
Yep, that'd be 2. That'd be 3 points if you're for what you're looking at in the top left
yeah.
or bottom left. Either
go
way,
with that.
it's going to be 3 points. Well played. Be painful, but I'm sure I can shoulder the burden. Boom. Rainer will appreciate that. Okay. 1 more. There you go. So that's 3 points for red. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a bump up the green track for red, which is 2 cocoa. And now pay your 3 stone and a wood total for the 2 builds. 3 stone and a wood. And choose your other build, which I assume is going to be the blue one. Yep.
I know how I'd face it.
Let's go on this level.
Looks like 2.
Yep.
2 plus 3 is going to be a total of 5 points for red. 5. The blue track goes up 1 for red, which is 2 resources of your choice.
I'll take 2. 2 stone, I guess.
2 stone. There. Then you built 2, so that bumped already, correct? I did do
Yes.
that? All right. Then he ascends. Goes there. That goes. Red goes here. Red gets that tile. And choose your bonus, red.
I'll go up the ascension.
Up here.
Yeah, the blue one.
All right. 4 points for red for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's 1 step away from 15 points.
Which I get because I got that.
And you get 1 more bump, which is there, and you'll get the 15 points at the end of the game.
That only happens on 1 even though I place 2?
Correct.
Right.
All right, Adrian, you're up.
Jesus.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Matthew, thank you very much. Matthew just bumped his patronage up. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Matthew. We are dangerously close. So there's a 5, a 5. The 5's locked, but it's available. And the 4,
Got 3 5s.
This all hurts.
oh, and a 5 and a 4. Potentially,
This all hurts.
this could be Adrian's last turn.
Yeah, probably. Did not go well for me.
Screw it.
1, 2, 3. There's a cocoa.
And 1 build for blue.
Yep. It's going to be a 3rd tier, so there's 2 wood, 2 stone. Going to be this one, and it will go like that. So it covers 2 spaces.
For a total of 7 points for blue.
Yep.
7 to there. That's it here. Blue gets on the board there.
Yep.
Then
That ascends.
ascends. That will go here. Blue gets 1 bump, which is, I'm sorry, but nothing. And take your bonus. And if Megan does ascend one of her dice, the game will end.
Yep.
Again, not normally, but because we're playing the variant, okay? Nice, Brian. Junk, man. Junk.
That would only give me 2 more, so I'd be at 2. And I'd be short 2, so I'd go back 6 points. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it.
It is a battle here for last.
I got 15 points left up, so.
Yeah, it's not. Megan's move screwed me
You brought her.
last time.
What did
All
you
right.
just do?
I just took
He
5.
took 5 cocoa.
Oh, 'cause
And
the
Megan.
ascension. Okay, so I'm gonna come bump him out for a cocoa.
Okay,
So I'm gonna get 6 cocoa.
correct. And does
3,
not ascend.
4, 5, 6. I'm gonna spend a cocoa
To get the
to
mask
get the mask. So I had 1 cocoa left.
and a wood.
And a wood.
There you go.
Nice.
And there you go. We have the sword of Damocles. Damocles, is that?
Damocles?
I think is how.
I don't know how
right?
to actually pronounce it, but yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in other words, the next ascension, or this is guaranteed your last turn because Megan will trigger it.
I'm spending
Nobody else.
3 to move it out.
To unlock.
Oh, no, never mind. She helped me. Never mind.
Yeah, she bumped you
Okay,
for it.
All right.
Do you wanna? I don't know if we want
Sorry.
to refill this or not.
Oh, sure. Yeah, just in case.
So move that guy up to the corner. Yeah.
Up to here.
getting-
To locking it.
No.
Oh, just here.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
game.
So that'll be 3 gold.
So I'm spending 3.
All right, this is tile number 7, which is nothing there. So then black is going to go 1 there for building 1.
I don't think any of them score you points.
This one will score
Oh,
you a
the-
point.
Yeah.
No, yeah, one of those guys.
Yep, that is the
That's
only
one
one
score.
that I can see that
That's
will
fine.
score you points. So this will score you 1 point matching up, but the red does not count. So it's going to be a total of 4 for black. Technically, Grief Hill, we already moved up this. He ascends.
I'm going to spend this to ascend the other guy also.
That's not, that's
Oh,
wrong.
sorry, wrong one.
There you go. Okay, so hold on. Finish
It-
one thing at a time.
It wouldn't matter because the first one to ascend,
He
he's going to
finishes his turn, though. He finishes his turn. So there. So then black advances to this. Take 1 of your bonus.
So
Okay.
I'm going to need $4 to...
I assume you wanted the 5 points. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's done. Then you're going to spend that tile.
So that'll kick my other 5
Yep.
over.
He then ascends, goes there. This does not matter. It doesn't move anymore. So then this will go here, which if you pay a cocoa, you will claim that, then immediately score that. So that'll go there,
Okay.
there, and then you get 1 bonus there.
So I can move up 2 on the track or take 5. I think I'll just take 5 more.
5 more points for black. To there. And that triggers the end of the game. The 3rd Eclipse, then we go into the final scoring, which is this, and there we go. So, there we go. So, we're at 2 points, so 4 for yellow.
Go yellow.
2, 4, 6, 8,
I didn't
10,
go very
12
hard on that at
for
all.
blue and black. 12 is to 81,
And red.
and red is 83. 12, 14, 16, 18 for black. 37. And then 4 for who's ever advanced here. 4 points for black. Then it's going to be 2 points for each bump. 2 for blue. 4 for red and yellow. 6, 8, 10 for black. now it's just rude. He's technically reset, but it doesn't matter. Score masks, black.
Just 1.
So 1 point for black, red,
No,
Sandbagging.
and 1 for blue and
I
yellow.
have 3 masks.
3 is going to be a total of 6 points. And then pay for your workers. Can everybody pay? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
I don't think we need to worry about tiebreaker. Just saying. So it's the 3rd Eclipse. So we go into final scoring. Final scoring is here. 15 points for red which is 102.
No.
And there we go. Jerry squeaks out a win with 152. Dustin,
I do what I do. I beat you by one.
right? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you're the yellow. 102. Megan, 101.
I was here.
And thank you for playing, Adrian. I guess.
I haven't gotten beat this bad in a long time. I'm a little salty. It got real bad that last round.
Yeah, I did. All right, so normally we would do the round table, but because it's a sponsored playthrough, we're going to skip it. Obviously, you guys saw we had a good time. This is no big surprise. I've been talking about this game since March, since I first saw it, and yeah, I think it's an excellent game. But that neither here nor there. Hopefully, you guys, this helps you make a decision whether or not you want to pick up a copy. Don't forget, like, subscribe. If you want to become like the 726 patrons we have, pledgehc.com to support the show. Thanks again to NSKN Games and Rainer, who is here for supplying the game as well as sponsoring the playthrough and helping us show this off, because I think this is going to have a very wide audience. Let's put it that way. Also, thanks to everybody in Peanut Gallery. Really, really appreciate you all hanging out with us tonight. And also, everybody here, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it even if I wasn't playing the game.
I thought it was good fun.
Right?
Yeah, that was
Good.
fun.
So again, I'm Edward.
Dustin.
Jerry.
Megan.
Adrian.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Thanks, everybody. Take care.